This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.
Hey guys, how's it going? Matt from Foulball Productions here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope that you're doing well, because I'm doing phenomenally. Thank you very much. This is the 59th episode of the MFer Podcast. Let's fucking go. Oh, I shouldn't curse that. I was just kidding. I take it back, YouTube. I didn't mean to curse that early in the stream.
Friggin' go.
Friggin' is what I said. For sure it's what I said. Just a reminder, this show will be available tomorrow wherever you get podcasts. Additionally, It is on Twitter, based X, and Rumble. If you're way too much of a MAGA-based alpha male to be watching on liberal-ass YouTube, you can go to Rumble, check it out there. And I would like to introduce my lovely guest here. You know him, you love him, Mr. Vigilante Williamson.
Yeah. You know what? It's so long. I didn't even do the Vigilante Williamson.
I know. I was literally just thinking that. I was like, do you still do that? Is that still your sign-off?
I do, but I don't. It's not the same always. It's just like, I guess I don't guess as much. I'm a fucking hermit, and now I'm trying to do less YouTube, not just in the short term, so I can actually finish and work on music. I fucking love that cyberpunk intro, cyberpunk synth, and then all the clips and the disc. I'm like, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got a lot of kind of got teased in the beginning when I first debuted that.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think it's fun.
I do too. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing everything on my show. Last week I had my first members stream.
Yeah. Starting at 7 hours.
Yeah.
That
ain't happening again.
Yeah, man.
I'm drinking tea right now. I'm off the booze. Like, this shit's fucking my weeks up, dude. It's like those late night streams. I never recover.
They're killers, man.
Brutal. They threw my whole week off. But it was a lot of fun. Hung out with like Alagabulus and Big Ship all night. And it was cool. It was a good time. It's way easier, because it's easier than just a solo show, I guess,
Yeah.
Like, just that's so funny. Senchandilla says tea is gay coffee. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, before this started, I was like, I want like a warm beverage. And I'm like, I don't really want a whole cup of coffee. And I was like, I'll have tea. I'll just have tea,
I like tea. I like tea more than coffee.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you start your day with tea?
Nah, I used to. And right now, the problem is I start my day with like fucking Red Bull and like other.
Really?
Not all the time, but some of the time, yeah.
Well, I might be starting my day with Magic Mind.
What's that?
I don't even know, but it might be a sponsor.
Oh shit! Yeah, then fuck it. Yeah, Magic Mind.
But apparently it's really good. I've not used the product, but they hit me up. They emailed me, and I'm like, this is a fucking scam. No one's gonna sponsor this show. And then they were like, no. I was like, oh, okay.
Congrats.
Sure.
How's the podcast element of it doing?
Not great.
Like, okay.
No. I don't, like, no one watches it. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't cracked this nut yet, dude.
You and me both. But,
You know?
I mean, I guess that's all in the game. TikTok is back still after the long layoff of like 5 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, it was weird, like, because I opened it up at, like, I don't know. I was up. It was like 1 in the morning or something like that. And I was just like, whoa, it's like for real. Like, it was weird. I didn't expect it. And then they brought it back the next day. I guess what my friend was saying is that might just be like a publicity stunt by TikTok to kind of get all the TikTokers to sort of like scream and cry and make a big stink, because they didn't legally have to do that. That was like it's supposed to be like they have like a year or something.
That makes sense. That's smart to do. I mean, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok, it actually gives me more, if I were to use that more regularly, I probably would have way more traction than I do on this platform because
what, TikTok?
It's like,
it's a weird one, dude.
There.
I don't understand it. Like, I look at my analytics on it and it's like almost all the videos, even the ones that did well, everyone sees it and swipes right past it. They don't even give me a chance to open my mouth.
That's true too, but I think that's just a thing with every piece of content.
I guess so, yeah.
And there's like a few that are actually going to watch, and that's just what it is.
Just what it is.
Because I mean, it's like that same analytics I get everywhere. I think that's what. Maybe I just suck. Maybe me and you are just the trashiest content creators on earth. That could also be a possibility.
Probably got something to do with it.
But I think part of that is just the nature of the beast.
I think so too, and we've never been more saturated with
yeah.
podcasts and content and creators and all types of shit.
And I've brain rotted myself. Big Shift talk about is brain rot for children. I'm brain rotted myself with Instagram Reels and fucking YouTube, which is basically just TikTok.
Yeah,
less sophisticated or just less. I don't know what it is. I just don't use TikTok. I don't know.
I don't use it. It always makes me uneasy. I don't like it. I feel like it's fucking with my brain.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more directly plugged in than from just shorts. Because I can always get off shorts and actually watch a video, or get off Instagram and actually do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like TikTok is just condensed. All you have to do is just. It's like the fucking thing from Batman Forever where the Riddler was plugging this TV thing into people's brains.
Yeah.
Getting the pure TV right into their minds and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, apparently your views will do better if you spend more time on the platform, but that's not a trade-off I'm willing to make.
Nah, I can't.
No, thank you.
Can't do that.
I mean, I know a buddy of mine who he's like starting up YouTube, and we were like talking about it, and he just, when he uploads a TikTok, sometimes he'll just leave the phone open, like on TikTok, not even touching it, just letting it go through Reels to like, so TikTok thinks you're engaging to help his numbers, and he's like, it helps. I'm like, that's crazy.
Man, I mean, you know what you could do? I mean, if you were really a scumbag, dedicate a few virtual devices and have them
your own bot farm.
Yep. And just bot farm fake that you're on TikTok. And I mean, that's not even that hard to do. If you Google search, you can probably figure that shit out. You know what I mean? On your own.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if stuff like that is like the game's the game. You know, like there's creators out there who kind of like, they'll put out shorts of like movies that they had like nothing to do with. And I'm just like, I don't know. That doesn't feel like I want to do that, you know? But then like they get much better numbers, and then people stick around and watch their shit. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're doing better. I'm not.
That's the thing. And then I notice, man, sometimes I'll watch half a movie or half a series of TV, do fucking shorts. I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad, but I cannot tell you how many fucking clips I've seen.
That's crazy. Not one. I'm never curious about it.
No, that's a lie. I did see the first two. So the first 2 or 3 back in the day, well, not back in the day, but like pre-pandemic, because that's not back in the day now. It was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Yeah.
Fucking wild.
5 years ago from 2 weeks to Stop the Spread.
Oof.
Craziness.
I was living a completely different life.
Yeah. The whole world felt different then.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. But going back to Breaking Bad, I saw it before, first few episodes, didn't like it. Just like thought it was just too much. And
I
then
think you're right. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I felt like after the second season, there's this big plane crash that happens, and I was like, I didn't need that. It was basically to hammer home the point that, selling meth is bad. It's like, okay, like I knew that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it just felt like too much, and It was also implied that like air traffic control is basically if one guy's having a rough day, planes just crash into each other.
That's not how that works.
Hope not, dude. I hope that's not how it works.
There's I mean, as much as and I shouldn't even make a joke about Boeing at this point because,
one's gonna crash into your house.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, plane crashes don't even happen like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're incredibly rare.
Actually, my ex-girlfriend told me she was flying home from Florida last week because she travels for work. Yeah. And she said that when they were landing, this fucking plane was like coming in. They almost hit it.
Oh, shit.
She said the wheels were like feet from the other plane.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I was like, that's horrifying.
That is horrifying.
I felt really bad because I had my phone on Do Not Disturb and I was doing my member stream.
Yeah.
And she texted me this and I didn't even see it till the next morning. And she's like, the worst part is no one would know. And she was all like sad. And I didn't even respond because I didn't know she sent me the text.
I mean,
I felt bad when someone has like a near-death experience, and you're like, whatever, I'm screening that.
I mean, it is what it is. It happens. At least you got back to him. Central Dill said I should watch a plane crash doc. Am I wrong? Holy shit. I do not need, listen, I fucking hate flying. I know it has to happen, so I do it, but I hate it every time. I need to drink. There's just no way I can sober. And even then, it doesn't help. It's just, but I just can't do it. I hate it, but I do it.
I'm very comfortable flying, but there's always a lot of anxiety in me right before we land.
Oh, fuck.
I remember one time we landed and the plane was going like this, like on the runway. I was like, whoa, we get one of these DEI pilots? Like, you know what I mean? Get me home alive, please.
Jesus Christ, man. Have I flown? Yeah, I've flown a couple times again post. Remember when DEI wasn't a thing? Remember you never heard that phrase? Yes. Pepperidge Farm remembers, and I want to go back.
Well, I guess we can bring that into our first topic because it sounds like we're never going to hear it again.
Oh, yeah. I guess not.
King Trump, elected president.
She said King Trump. Well, I guess he is a lot of motherfuckers king right now, right?
I think it's funny calling him King Trump. Elected president, nominated, inaugurated, all that good shit. Look at Big Ship just making it fucking rain on people, bro. That's what's up, dude.
Hey, Big Ship.
He's literally gifted another. He's gifted like 20 of these in the past like 2 weeks.
Oh man! Holy shit!
And you can take that membership, all you new members, to Thursday night with me at 8:00. We will be doing another member stream. This one will not go 7 hours, and I will be sober, but it will be fun.
There you go. And technically, somehow I got a membership. It was just in my thing.
Big Ship.
Thank you, Big Ship. So thank you.
Who was it today? It was Steph got one. John Wayne. Nice. What's the Duke?
Shout out to John Wayne.
Low Spec got one.
Shout out to Low Spec. He's cool.
LQ3. Okay. And Canadian Spider-Man. It's interesting. Now I get to know who's lurking.
Oh, yeah. Right?
That's like a superpower. Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, sir. Very much. I appreciate that, brother. And like I said, this Thursday, come on, check out the member stream. You know what? I might as well just announce it, too. So I was talking with my buddy, Mike, who I did do one podcast here with. It didn't really work because he's kind of like he fancies himself like an intellectual, you know what I mean? So he was kind of trying to like elevate himself and have like a really like sophisticated conversation. I was like, you've never watched my streams.
like I wish we were that smart, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was just, I was like, this is contrary to my flow. I kept trying to make it work, and it was like, he also was taking the piss out of it a lot, and I was like, stop doing that. Which is like, it's insulting. But he didn't mean anything by it. I was just overly sensitive. But anyway,
you overly sensitive? Oh my god!
Can you believe it? And so I wanted to do another stream with him, and he was talking to me about he wants to read like a book like with me, and like we both read the book and then discuss it. And I was like, do you want to just make that a stream? And he's like, absolutely. So I don't know when it's gonna start, but we're gonna do like a weekly, like a book club essentially, and we're gonna talk about, because I've been wanting to read more, and I always say I'm going to, and I never fucking do.
Yeah.
You know.
Holy
and if I have the incentive to have a conversation about it and stream about it, then I'll be much more likely to follow through. So we'll do it live, and then we'll unlist it for members only after it's live. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna call that, but yeah, that's happening too. So
Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Actually, I might check that out.
Hell yeah. We're
A
gonna be
few.
reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. That's the first
Oh
one.
shit, yeah, that's like epic and classic and necessary for Western civilization and thought and philosophy and shit.
Like I'm not that well read. Like there's lots
Yeah.
of things like I've never read even the Bible, you know, like I've
Yep.
read pieces of it, but there's so many things that like I haven't read that are like the foundation of kind of like Western thought, and I don't know any of it.
Yeah, same here. And listless receptionist / office girl a few months ago said there's this thing about how like kids don't read, and this has been a problem for like decades because of how they don't teach reading, and it's like reading is totally I mean, obviously, you know, they still have these best-selling authors and all that, but just how reading has gone down the fucking drain. It's like, man, I need to read more too. I have books I have like Thomas Sowell books I haven't read that like I bought, haven't finished. The only one I finished was the one on education, but I didn't finish the rest. And you know, I've never read Art of War. Never read the Bible.
Never read that.
Same,
I've done a big chunk of Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell, but I haven't. It's a lot. It's a big.
Yeah, it is, and it can get pretty dry. Like,
he writes it. It's very accessible, but it is.
Yeah.
It's Big Ship says no point in reading the Bible. It's been spoiled into oblivion. No spoiler alerts. I'm reading Leviticus.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. What was I gonna say?
Got to hold hands while reading.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be an interesting, like, different kind of take on like the streaming content that I do. I know like book clubs aren't exactly like the most trending, clickable topic, but I think it'll be fun, and it'll be better for me, you know.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like a perk for the memberships, you know.
I always look at people's names. FGH, that's a name.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's FGHDFGH 1000 word. And it says Blind Sight by Peter Watts would be a good move for a book to discuss. I don't know it.
I've read Art of War is worth the time, says Cotton.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I mean, it's supposed to be, right? You know, it'd be nice to just have like a kind of a better.
Yeah.
Just be more well read.
See, that's kind of the direction I kind of want to lean more. Not necessarily books, but just more into like art and cool shit, and making stuff. I want to make music. I want to make a game. I want to spend my time doing that. I don't want to get into the cringe Olympics of politics anymore. And it's like as much as I've tried to escape it, it just becomes more ubiquitous. It eats up more of society every time I back up. It's
what is this, woke?
Just politics in general.
Politics in general.
You can't go away from it. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty pivotal time right now. You know what I mean?
That's just what it is, yeah.
It can't be like this forever. But it's a pretty pivotal time. I mean, what we are potentially seeing is like the end of like 100-year regime that's been running this country.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a big change in the landscape. If.
And then is that really what we're seeing, or are we just seeing another iteration of that regime? You know what I mean? Shout out to.
Hey, look, it's wise to be skeptical.
Yeah.
Always wise to be skeptical. You know, I know that you are kind of like a what's the word? Perennial cynic. So I know that kind of
perennial cynic. I mean, it's getting to a point where I don't even know if I can call myself a conspiracy theorist because they all keep coming true. But there is something weird and I think didn't you do a podcast last week on it, or was it just like okay, Zuck, like you?
Oh yeah, I talked about the Zuck thing. My take was the whole thing was like I don't really care why he's doing it. Like I can understand people are like I'm not forgiving him for all the bans and shit, you know, kind of ruining my public life in a way, you know, for saying the truth. Like you don't have to like the guy. I certainly don't, but I'm just like, all right, he's doing it. Whyever he's doing it, I don't care. All I want is more free speech.
No, I get that. I'm cool with that. That you know what? That's a good thing. But it is like this idea that all you gotta do is just go on with Joe Rogan and just he's a common man. It's like you're still a lizard person, and so that makes me like. And you're not a lizard person for some conspiracy theories. Like you're not a regular human. You're not like us. Like you weren't what Kendrick was talking about. You're not like the rest of the human race. You're not. You're still a weird motherfucker that I don't trust. Hey,
I'm weird cool if like I just worked with you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like let alone being like a tech oligarch billionaire.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. You're a weird motherfucker, independent of everything.
Out with the woke technocrats, in with the neocon technocrats. Woo!
Not too excited.
Look, I'll tell you what. I was pretty cool with Elon for a long time, despite like a lot of his kind of douchier tendencies. And I'm still really happy that he, did Twitter, even though it'd be really nice if you could tweak that flippin' algorithm and get me some more traction. Everything I tweet, I might as well write it on a piece of paper and light it on fire. Nothing. Just pop a cotton. That's it. And hail. Thank you for trying. But I mean, nothing happens to me, and I'm not playing that engagement bait game at all.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Good for you.
But
doesn't look like Elon does. But go ahead.
After the, yeah, okay. That aside, after the Gamergate thing with him, where I went down the rabbit hole with him faking playing video games.
Oh yeah?
Are you aware of this, the depth, the breadth of this story?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
so no.
Elon's made several claims. He's claimed to be top 4 in the world with Diablo 4. So he's top 4 in the world, and then also said something about Paths of Exiles. He was like one of the top players there. We're talking top 10, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're that good at a video game, that's like being a professional athlete.
Yes, it's like 10, 12 hours a day every day.
And you also have a freakish ability to play.
Yes, you probably have some awareness thing that you're more aware. Your eyes do things that other humans can't. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Let me just quickly click on this chat here by FDFGF. Blindside is a hard sci-fi that explores the interaction between intelligence and consciousness and how modern science is showing that consciousness isn't directing intelligence. All right, that's interesting. That's a good recommendation. I appreciate it. We're probably gonna, we're do this book broken down in chapters probably. But anyway, Meditations is the book. I appreciate that recommendation. What was I talking about? Elon. Yeah. So. It was a dubious claim to begin with. You're kind of like, there's no way. You know what I mean? Right. Like, how do you have all the time to do that? So I was watching a bunch of videos on this. They looked into the Diablo 4 claim, and the fact of that was that he submitted like a video of him doing something to a website that ranks these things, but it's only not reports, there's no board governing over whether this is accurate or not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
it's like Wikipedia.
Not almost. Even. It's smaller. It's just like, it was like 800. It'd be like me and you saying we're the top streamers and like we, put our stream on this website and, you know what I mean? Only a few hundred people did.
Yeah.
Ours happened to be the highest in that tiny little pool. Like, it's like, that's not accurate. Maybe in that pool it would be, but it's not accurate to the world. So him saying like that was like not accurate. And you're like, all right, whatever. That's kind of maybe just a misinterpretation of like what the website rankings were.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this Path of Exiles 2 thing comes out and he live streams it. And it's not only apparent that he's not like, it seems as if he's never even played the game.
Right.
Like literally, the guys are talking about it. You're like, you grind to the level 97. There is no way. I can't stress enough. There's no way you wouldn't know how to use that command you're using right now. And he was going through his gear, and then he was like, that's level 97, and he's like, oh, this staff I have is only level 58. And the guys were looking up the stats of the staff. They're like, that could be the best weapon in the game. Period. But he doesn't fucking know this. He just sees the number, and it's like, so you don't understand the inner workings of this game. And then so it's a bunch of stuff like that, like little things. Like there's these things you collect called chaos orbs. I've never played this game, by the way. I've just got all this from the stream.
But I get it. He's faking the funk. Is the
faking the funk. And then the smoking gun was that he was on a live Spaces or something like that, and I think he was on camera talking. And while he was on camera talking, his account was logged in Hong Kong playing.
So, you know what the actual most interesting part of that is? That type of player is necessary for games to exist because they are these whales who pay to win in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Rather, it's constantly buying the best gear or Like that's not even uncommon that you have these like.
I
buy
don't
a
even
bot
think
account.
it's that big of a deal. Like if Elon was just like, listen, I'm the richest man in the world. I've run 40 companies. I'm about to be involved in the United States government in a very instrumental way. I don't have time to grind this to the level at which I want to play it at. So I pay someone to do it. Yeah, it might be a little cringy, but that's how I want to enjoy it. And everyone would be like, okay.
Yeah,
No one
because this
would
is
care.
a thing. This is not
Yeah.
like he's not the only human who is doing the exact same thing. This
I
is
had
a thing.
someone gift me like 50 gold in World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
people
years
buy
ago.
buy 2K accounts. This
People
is a
sell.
common
They
thing.
used to sell accounts. World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
you just sell your whole account with all your mounts and everything like that, just so people would be like, "Yeah, I don't feel like grinding out for the next 3 years
Yeah.
to get to that level. I'd like
This
to
has
just
been a
enjoy the
hustle in
game like
games
this."
for like 20 years.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. What's a big deal is he thought I would think that was fucking cool. That he's the best in the world. That he wanted to impress people with that. It's like
That is
ew.
very. That's the. And that is extremely weird. Like why?
Stolen valor for video games. Are you serious, dude? You think like, what do you think those like top gamers in the world just get blown? Like chicks are just, oh my god, you're number 4 in the world in Paths of Exiles. Please take your pants off. Like that. These guys don't leave their house.
No, or bathe.
They
What is
can't.
the whole point? Like, yeah, they can't because oh god, you know these motherfuckers. You have to play hours. Like I know that just trying to play like Tekken. It took me all this fucking practice and shit just to be like 67th in this fucking contest full of virgins playing Tekken. It's like,
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's like
It's a
this
shit
kind of
ton of
like if you like when he said, like I never believed it, but I was like, I really hope he isn't.
right?
I
Because
hope he doesn't have that much free time on his fucking hands.
you hope that's not the thing he's outsourcing. Like he spends all his time playing video games. Because that actually, honestly, all things considered, wouldn't that be way worse if he was great and you're like,
Way.
holy shit,
Way
this
worse.
guy, he instead of okay, the fact that he wants credit for this is gay. Like you know, for lack of better words, gay. I don't know what the right, you know, whatever. You're offended. I'm sorry. I'm sure some.
I don't
racist
care if you're offended.
I'm sure something racist is going to happen, and I'm going to have to deal with it. So it's just it is what it is.
Tommy Mac in a little bit.
I didn't even know that was a thing till I did the stream and came here. So Roseanne and Tom MacDonald.
We'll
you know
get
what?
there.
Though?
We'll get there. We'll get there. It's
Yeah,
a
we'll get
tease.
there.
Tease for later.
We'll get there. But yeah, it would be way more scary if he's like, yeah, I outsource all the working of all this shit that you think I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing Path of Exile and Diablo. That's all
Like-
I've been doing this whole time.
That's not a good flex. Like, because
No.
underneath those top gamers are thousands of people who put in that time and don't get any money out of it and don't compete and aren't the best in the world and are literally wasting their entire life
Yes.
grinding at video games.
Yeah.
That's not a cool life to lead.
No, it's not.
No
It's
one-
the fear life of everyone who plays video games past 25. You don't want to
Honestly.
be that. Like that's
No.
and that's a real person. Those are real people who really do that.
Yeah, I was like super hungover this week, and like, you know, for like I was just going hard, and there were several days where that's kind of all I did,
Yeah.
and I felt gross afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, I was playing the South Park games,
Oh yeah.
the Stick
Yeah.
of Truth and the Fractured But Whole. Dude, they're great. They're so good. They're like I love
Yeah.
it. They're turn-based RPG with classes and different attacks. It's fucking. They're and it's a South Park. It's like a big long. It's like another South Park movie.
Yeah. Speaking of South Park, Big Ship said it's like the wild dude from South Park.
The
Was-
wow, dude.
Yeah, you've seen the like nerd South
Oh,
Park.
the
trope.
WoW, the World of Warcraft.
World of
Yeah,
Warcraft,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's who gets that good. Guys who just
Yeah.
that's all they do. That's their whole life, and it's like, I don't know what you expected. That
I
I don't
don't-
think that was cool, and that you could get away with lying about it. That you felt like you had to lie about
That
it.
you needed to lie about it. Yeah. That makes you,
Bro.
of course, the inevitable questions. What else is he lying about? What else does he?
Or like, doesn't that just throw into question like his entire character?
And that too, like, okay, are you just this egocentric, you know, nut job that has to be the best ever at everything, or perceived as the best ever of
Yeah.
everything? You know what I mean?
Cringe, and that honestly, that changed my perspective on Elon. I do not hold him in high esteem anymore.
Yeah, not the infamous salute that I'm sure we have to talk about.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we can just show it. This is hilarious. This is just, I think he's almost becoming a liability.
You know what? This is a deeper thing. And ironically enough, Trump is not he's the least guilty of this. And it goes with the Tom MacDonald and Roseanne thing. You're losing the cringe war, right? Okay. The culture war is one thing, but the fucking cringe war is it's a double, like everyone's getting L. No one's winning. The people are losing. Both sides are completely cringe.
Yeah, and I really don't want the left to be right about Elon at all.
Well,
you know,
a lot of
like
things we don't want in the world. I want the Lions to win on Saturday. They didn't.
I know. I wanted to talk about that with you. We could talk a little football after this, but I was scrolling X and I was like, whoa, oh boy, oh, that's not a good look at all.
Say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Oh.
Bro, it just hit me.
I
man.
mean,
and I just want to
like, what are you doing?
Elon is a 4chan troll. He just happens to be a billionaire.
I don't think he knew what he was doing. I don't think he was doing that intentionally.
Oh,
I think he was just trying to show I'm sharing love with you.
No, I think he likes being a troll. I'm starting to think he's a 4chan troll.
God, I hope not. I hope
come to life, and he just loves it. And so he likes the I can make it ambiguous to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be, Hits Blunt comes up with theory. But he is he a 4chan troll? He could just be an awkward fuck.
I pray to God he's an awkward fuck that not at the president's inauguration you intentionally throw up a Heil Hitler. That ain't funny. You idiot.
I hope he's not.
Talk about optics. Like if I was a lib, I'd be like, oh, they're not Nazis, huh?
Right?
What is that?
Fucking right. Yo.
Really? At the inauguration, I've been screaming they're a Nazi for years.
Right?
You called me a soy pussy, and now he gives a Heil Hitler? Oh, I guess who's the asshole?
Yeah. He is a really awkward nerd.
An awkward nerd autist, and I think
that's what I said. 4chan troll, same difference.
Well, yeah, but I felt like you were implying that meant he did this on purpose, and I do not think he did. I think he's just a fucking idiot.
Subconsciously, maybe, but really, yeah, I think he's just so fucking awkward. And he's this. There's a through line between him awkwardly doing that and him being the type of guy that would lie about how good he is at video games. He's just.
Yeah. But you can see here, like, look at that. Like, he grabs his chest and he's trying to express emotion and then throws, like, he's trying to, like, I don't even know what he's doing. It's not a human gesture.
He's a lizard person.
Yeah.
he's a robot. Like, I mean that, like, facetiously. I don't mean, like, literally, I think. Unless the other eyelids blink.
These
are some names, man.
I know, it's tough. Could we just go with, like, Jeff? You know what I mean? Bob. Make it easy for me, please. No, but I know, of course they are. But I'm just saying, like,
an autistic kid.
Don't make it easy. You know what I mean? Like, don't give them ammunition.
No, I agree with that. And
I don't think anyone out there is really going to think that. But you're just like, it looks horrible.
I just ruined the moment. He wants it to be. Rich. Exactly. He's a rich autistic kid.
Yeah. Well, I talked a few weeks ago about how the pride flag, whatever, the one that they made with the arrows that were like inclusive with trans and brown people, and it was like the everything flag, that was a 4chan creation, that they made it in a forum so that intentionally it could have that swastika thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a big troll. And it was also a troll on like black people too, because it's like they put them next to the gay part of the flag and they were like, haha.
I didn't even notice this.
I didn't know
this whole thing was a thing.
And this was years ago they did this. They kept that one under wraps. I had no idea. I just saw that floating around on Twitter, and I was like, what? Really? I was like, I wanted it to be true, but I didn't think it was real. But yeah. Yeah, so this fucking idiot. I mean, he, like, really sticks it, too. Like, he's like...
God, buying in, man.
What a dumbass. And that's, like, obviously, you have to talk about that, especially if you're on the left. You're like, I can't just let this juicy fucking thing sit there and not talk about it. You got to. It's just so dumb. It's like, don't make it easy for them, you know? I don't know. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean,
it's just stupid.
Like, or listen, Cotton is bought in. He's like, nah, man. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's chosen Elon as his Führer, so he's cool.
I guess so. Yeah, he's like,
So-
how? I don't know what the problem is. Did you see any? Did you see any of Trump's speech? Did you see any of that?
I saw none of it. I did see that, and I've seen it slow down and grayed out and all that other shit. That salute.
For the thumbnail today, I used his Grok. I used his AI to make a version of him as a pro gamer with a Nazi officer's hat on.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I like I said, I'm trying to depoliticize my mind. Not that I didn't see that was the inauguration, or I don't see that this.
No,
you know, was obviously.
I mean,
but it's like
he's just off and running.
Yeah.
He wrote that it was like several hundred executive orders or something like that.
Holy
and
shit.
Some of them were pretty sick. I mean, one of them's like, we're getting rid of DEI in the government. The federal government doesn't exist anymore. I'm just like, nice.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
There's one set of executive orders and executive things he talked about that I'm really hold dear. Well, two, but one for real. The taxes thing. What about that?
Yeah, I know. What about
I could care. I mean, DEI and
What
some of the
about
culture war
that?
stuff. But he was talking about external revenue source, getting rid of the IRS, no federal taxes. It's like, you want to boost the economy for the average man. If you could take, especially I'm in Texas, there is no state tax, so that's like,
let's go, let's go.
Man.
Like I was listening to a, it was really good. It was a stream. I kind of go in and out with Dave Smith. You know, sometimes I kind of find him a little irritating, but for the most part, I really like him. You know him? Do you know who he is?
Not really. No.
He's
May have
a
mentioned
Legion of
him,
Skanks comedian.
Okay.
And he's like a very prominent libertarian, and he's very principled and smart. I really like.
Oh,
most of
you
his
have
takes.
mentioned. I know him.
Yeah,
know
some
him
of them
through
I
you.
just get up. I'm just like, all right, shut up, Dave. But for the most part, you know, I do really like it. And he was doing a stream the other day, and he was kind of doing a post-mortem on Biden's farewell address and like talking about like kind of a lot of the hypocrisy and the bullshit in it. It was pretty good. But one thing he said, and I was like, damn. And I guess that it was like after the Civil War up until 1913 or 20 or something like that, before like federal income tax and before all this like, you know, stuff like when companies were like, it was just he called it laissez-faire, like just kind of free market capitalism, that it was like it created like the most amount of wealth in the nation in its history. And they said like that was the reason why we have like a middle class. Like that was like a big reason why. And I was like, oh, that's really fascinating. I had never heard that quote before. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe we can get back there. You know, maybe we can get back to that. I don't know.
That would be nice, man. I've never existed where taxes weren't like killing, and it just seems that they're getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it's just like, golly, I wish I had more in my check. You know, if I had this number in my check every time, I'd be okay. But because I have this number and this is the number that I actually get, it's a fucking struggle. I mean, shout out to my rent not going up, even though I'm worried that the curse, like every time I move somewhere, it's cool for a year or two, and then it gets worse. I'm literally bringing down the property value every time I move. I don't know why. I'm jinxing.
I know why, Vince.
See, I knew that was coming.
The house next door to me.
No, but it's not me. But I'm like, I know that my rent is not going. Because it happened in Charlotte. I'm like, oh, this is a nice little neighborhood. Then pandemic happened, and all of a sudden it went to shit. And now I was like, damn, my rent, oh man, it's not going up. But I see the police in this neighborhood all the time. I'm like, man, why the fuck does this keep happening? It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Big Ship says, as someone living in a communist country, trust me, you don't know taxes. I mean, that's fair, dude.
That's true.
You know, European, I know you're in Australia, but Europeans and stuff like that.
There are levels to it.
What? 70% of your income goes to taxes?
Like, that's slavery, man. Y'all, the government's enslaved you. Like, it's insane.
There was a statistic, this fact, I couldn't believe it, man. And that's why I was like, people talk about like the tariffs, like they're this fucking oppressive thing. It's like, dude, in Denmark, I was talking to a Danish guy, and he says like, if he wants to buy a new car from, I don't know if it was like out of the EU or if it was just strictly American cars or whatever, they have to pay, when they buy the car, 150% registration fee. So the 150% of the price of the car goes to the government for just getting the car.
Jesus,
that's why they all ride bikes.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's insane. Yeah,
I don't know about that Ascension dildo. I mean, you might
maybe
be right.
not 70% income, but maybe 70% through all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because there's usually multitudes of taxes. Like, so, but you mean you can check?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up. So so Denmark, it's 55%. France is 55%. Austria is 55%.
Still over 50.
It's not 70, but that's fucking high.
And then, like I said, that's just with that. I mean, I don't know how the goods are taxed and everything. Hopefully, they're not getting beat over the head everywhere.
I mean, all those countries can go fuck themselves, because if they had to actually have their own military, they wouldn't be able to do all this luxury stuff they do, like college, and university and healthcare for free, because you just couldn't afford it. So
yeah,
we basically subsidize your military. We just keep you safe and get dick out of it.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know, F1000. Tariffs prior to income tax was reporting a government 1/10 to 1/20 the size of what we deal with today federally. Yeah. Let's also shrink the federal government. That would be sick.
Yes. Close down as many get rid of the Fed in general. But yes, please close down as many federal government agencies and all that other stuff as you possibly can, please.
Please stop. We're done. And it really sounds like we might be done. I mean, in Trump's speech, he was talking about peace. He's like, no more wars. Like, he sounds serious. Like, well, I don't know. I believe it. I might be wrong, but
I don't know if I believe anything. It's just me being cynical. But like,
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot going on, and what happens if can our hands be pushed, and what will push our hands? You know what I'm saying? There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, we obviously gave a shit ton of money to the Ukraine, money that we could have used, or at bare minimum used, not being fucking printed and adding to the inflation that is crippling everybody right now.
Yep.
That just happened. So it's like there's still consequences for that. So like, I don't know if it's so easy to say no more wars. That's beyond the scope of his control, basically. Is what I'm saying.
Sure, but we don't have to fucking get our dicks into everything either.
That's true too, and I would love to not.
Like, enough with all that shit. We don't have any money.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like when you see the debt, you're like, how are you not all just panicking every day you're in office? Like I feel like every day you're like, oh my god, it's all gonna come down. Like, I would be fucking horrified.
Yeah, we've been like 20 years of this debt, or however long it's been, and everyone's just accepted the debt just get higher and higher. The number gets more unfathomably high.
I was looking into it. It's really just a big money laundering scheme. It's like people, we sell the debt, they make money on the debt. Like, I'm like, I don't.
It's
I do want to make America great again. Truly. I think that would be great, and I really hope that he does it. There's some stuff. I mean, he says he's declaring like a state of emergency at the border. I think he's gonna use the military to like intervene with that and really shut that shit down hard. Mm-hmm. One of the other things he said, like I said, no DEI in the government, and he said he got rid of like the Green New Deal. That's gone.
Oh shit, yeah, some of that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And the 50% electric cars by 2030 gone.
Oh, that had to be gone, because there was people just didn't fucking want them. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Elon. He's like the only one who sells. Oh, I guess a couple others, but
there's a lot more now. There's like the brand Rivian.
Yeah, Rivian exists. That's what I was just thinking. And
like
isn't there another one?
Company has I don't know, but I know every car company is offering, like, they all have electric options and stuff like that. It's just it doesn't. It's it's certainly not better for the environment.
Yeah, and since you did ask the question, and I was kind of dicking around in my head, like, how do I say this? Like, how do I say this on stream without saying this and getting in trouble? Because
I don't know. Choose your words.
Yeah, but that's my one thing. Going back to the no more wars thing is like, are you sure about that? You know what I mean? So
yeah, we'll obviously. I mean, who knows, dude? I'm optimistic about it. All right. I think it's I think it could be very positive for the country. I hope it is. Like I said, he's already doing stuff I believe in.
Yeah.
Already today, and it's like, good. That's great. That's a start. So
yeah, I didn't read into everything, but you know what? Listen, I've been I've been all through the thing. I've been like cautious. I've had my little told you so through some of the cringe mess. But it's like at the end of the day, if he can just, like I said, taxes, lower government, I'm cool. I hope it works out. That's it. I'm cautious. I like your optimism. We need more optimism. I'll have some cautious optimism.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, look, I get it. Sentient Dildo does not have any cautious optimism, but that's on brand for Sentient Dildo.
Yeah,
I think
and listen,
like, when you've been through all the stuff his country's been through, you're just going to be skeptical no matter what happens. You're going to be skeptical of anything. Like, you told us, like, one day, he was, like, telling us, like, the history of Croatia, like, the amount of wars and shit that they've been through in the past, like, 150 years is, like, insane.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
constant
in our lifetime.
turmoil. Yeah. And so he's, I'm sure it's just, like, a baked-in cynicism, skepticism, But American optimism, I mean, that's, like, a trait.
I share his cynicism. I share his thing. But at the end of the day, this is a two-headed monster we got to deal with. Lord knows I'm sick to death of talking about him. I'm sick to death of I miss when the peas didn't touch the corn as far as politics touching every part of society all the goddamn time.
Analogy. I like that.
Jalen Green missed 3 jump shots. It's because of Trump. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like everything. That's a joke. Retro Richard was here. He said that in the chat. Like, I sent him basketball shit, and his joke is everything now is Trump's fault or Kamala's fault. Everything, because he's young. He's super young. So, like, he says when he was in 2020, he was being a 16-year-old. He didn't know anything about woke or anything. So his perspective a lot of times is like, this is what it looks like to somebody who doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit. It looks like it just permeates everything, and you can't go anywhere without Kamala or Trump. The bitch had fucking Megan Thee Stallion twerking. Like, you know what I mean? So even if you're just looking at rap, you're like, oh well, Megan Thee Stallion's at Kamala. You know what I mean? Didn't Snoop performing in the inauguration?
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
So did Soulja Boy.
Yeah, so
which
you can't ignore politics because it jumps onto your map no matter where you are.
It is everything right now.
Yes.
And look, I do think that that's a lot to do with the left. I think that had a lot to do with them, like, infecting.
They did start it.
They definitely did. I think so. I might just be having a myopic view of it, but I feel like it came through with all the movies and all the content, and it was all of a sudden the messaging super heavy, and they all lost their minds about Trump the first time and just infused it into every single thing we do. And so now it's like, all right, it's infused. Guess what? We don't agree with your side.
Yes.
You could have just left us the fuck alone. That's why it's like that. That's why I have this reel. It's doing so well. If you just left us alone, we wouldn't even have noticed. Like, I was thinking about doing a video of the gateway of Star Wars to MAGA.
Yo, you should do it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the path, because that's what happened. Like, I was like, God, this Star Wars sucks and everything, girl bosses and everything stinks. And, me and you, we were kind of parsing through it, on the Culture Crime Fighters. I was like, yeah, I read this book by James Lindsay. It's all about, like, this activist scholarship and where it all came from. And, like, I went down this rabbit hole and just, started reading basic economics and really getting way more educated about this stuff. And it's like, came out on the other side. I'm like, let's fucking go, Trump.
Honestly, it's one of the most biggest Streisand effect maybe ever, at least in recent memory, when you think about all the political messaging. Like, you're leaving stuff out. There was Ghostbusters 2016. You remember that? Or fucking the Terminator, where they killed John Connor in the first 2 minutes.
Yep.
Like, there's so many stuff where it's a trinity
for a decade of just cultural wreckage.
Yes, but a few of them, like the early ones, were the ones that hit. Like, those two, I remember being like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude.
Like, my brain, I couldn't comprehend why these properties were doing this. I had no language for it, no understanding of it.
I didn't realize how widespread it was. Like, I just didn't connect the dots, because I had this in college, but I was like, that's all bullshit. You know what I mean? I just like, walked away from that. Well, I didn't think it was all bullshit, because I was pretty lefty even in that environment.
Yeah.
So, but it was, but I didn't realize it was so widespread. I did not put that together. I kind of thought it was more like individuals make up their own minds and stuff like that. It's like, it's not like that. It's like these indoctrination, gateways that you're spending $150,000 a year on, you know? And so it's like, oh, like this is a cultural problem. We are really
Yes.
facing a cultural problem. Like I didn't, I meet a lot of libs. I've always lived in progressive cities though, so, but it's like, it's weird because it's like, they're not only all, it's like, not that they're, it's insignificant, but this is back in the day, but it's like, they're all libs, but they all have the same exact opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a variation of it. It's like they have the opinion and they all share it. And you're like, how do you all independently came to the same conclusion?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not your conclusion.
You can say a lot about the other side at this point. Like I said, the cringe wars, everyone's losing. And shit.
I was thinking a little bit. I was like, oh, I kind of miss when it was super woke because it was so easy to just make an edgy joke. And now it's like, what's the line? What can't you say?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Like, is clean comedy going to be the edgy comedy coming up? Like, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know who do you poke fun at now? I don't even know where to go with it. It's like almost you don't want to kick the libs; they're just down. You're like, all right, fucking idiots. Like, you don't even need to make fun of them. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, well, like I said, now everyone's looking kind of goofy, but because there's the bald. Especially you use the term alpha male, and I just think of this. There's a bald dude with a cigar talking about modern women, or like the whatever cast, or whatever. It's just like all these like cringy,
the whatever cast. Ugh.
Yeah, all this cringy.
This stupid bitch. Did you ever see that Freedom Tunes?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that. I think was it a Freedom Tunes? One of these cartoons that had like this edgy, like not quite Joe Rogan knockoff, but like super alpha male, and it was just like that's become cringe too, like alpha male Trump. This like
poning the libs is super gay now.
Yes,
because we won. So now you can't be the like, because it's like, well, now it's not cool.
And then, oh man, I don't know why Charlie Kirk is in my fucking algorithm every time I open YouTube. Just leave me alone, man. Yeah, like
never
why?
Seen him. I forget he's alive. I'm like, oh right, this guy.
I want to, but Turning Point, I don't know why Turning Point USA has targeted me. Leave me alone. I don't want to see you argue with 19-year-olds, man.
I would never.
I have no interest in seeing this dude yell at 19-year-olds about communism. Like that's not. I don't care.
A lot of these guys don't know how to pivot. They don't know how to pivot with the culture at all. Like,
no,
it's like some people just act like it's still 2016. It's like it's not, dude.
Yeah, man.
It isn't. Trump won again, overwhelmingly. So you don't need to be. You can let off the gas.
Yeah, and a bunch of rappers perform. I don't think there's like. I saw some people. Is it right or wrong for rappers to perform at Trump? I didn't even watch the video. I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's not even 2020 anymore. It's like, yeah, some people like Trump, some people don't.
Everyone's coming to him. Look, he won. He's a cool kid now.
Yeah, that's really more of the thing. That's why even Mark Zuckerberg had to try to appear human.
Bill Gates went to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, everybody's now.
You know what I mean? Like he's the cool kid now. That's the in group. Everybody wants to be a part of it now. So it's like you don't need to do it anymore, And look, credit to the libs. They're handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen they're not rioting or melting down, or I feel like if we won in 2020, we would have seen riots.
Maybe, yeah.
We did the whole summer.
That's true. Yeah. 2020 was crazy. 2020 was like a fever dream.
So I know. It's so weird. I've talked about this before, but I remember when I moved to Austin, it was still 2021. And I was working at this bar, and they would do trivia every Tuesday, and it was fun. It would always bring people in. I'd play while I was working. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. Never won, but this girl who ran it, who I always liked, one night just picked 2020 as the trivia and just did all the events from the 2020. We're like, we do not want to live through that again, man.
Yeah,
you don't need the reminder. You're like, it was so like it was brutal. It was like PTSD.
Yeah.
I was like, don't. Yeah. We're all pretending that didn't happen. You know what I mean? We're all just moving on. Paolo Guidi says, let's keep our foot on the gas pedal. I mean, that's your prerogative. Go for it. You know what I mean? I just think, like, if the cringe factor, as Vidge was saying, it's like you are running a big risk of that being more detrimental.
Yeah.
Of you being like, yeah. It's like, all right, now you look like a dork. You know what I mean? You're not cool anymore. So it's just like It's just a different time, and you just have to pivot with the time.
Yeah, you don't have to. Please don't out cringe the libs, because I mean, You guys remember like the Gayborhood?
They
some
will
of the
though.
cringe?
Look, I think that I honestly think the new like edgy comedy will be kind of making fun of Trump and Trump supporters. Like it won't come from the same sources where just like I hate them.
Yeah.
But it'll actually be like cool people being like these fucking dorks.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna happen, and it'll be funny, and it'll be necessary. By the way, there's a reason why a king had a court jester. You can't just go look at what's happening to Elon.
Exactly, man.
You can't just have yes men around you, everyone just licking your balls. It turns you into a horrible person.
It turns you into a fucking weirdo who can't move and fucking buys accounts and acts like he didn't for some unknown reason.
Look, that's
so you
fine.
get all that gamer girl pussy.
I know, fucking weird. And they're always fucking, some like fitness trainer. But common sense or gas pedal. I mean, look, maintain your principles. I'm not saying change your principles. I'm just saying like there's a big chasm we could all just step and fall right into, which is where we could be real cringe, if we're just like, yeah, fucking, what's woke? This movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we all know, dude. We all know. It's like that's over.
It's beyond over. It's
so ubiquitous, it's so widespread. It's just like, and everyone knows it. So you don't need to sound the alarm on something we all know.
Yeah.
And it's like, like I said, like in the late 20-teens, you know what I mean? When you have, even Ben Shapiro, when he was on Rogan, I was like, this guy's fucking awesome. This guy's great. And then you just go and find out what he's really about. You're like, oh, fuck this guy. This guy doesn't care. He'd trans every single one of your kids if it helped Israel a little bit. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
He would.
He's got one chief principle. The rest are all behind that. And but like, it's just it's like it was a different time. We needed that at the time, right? Steven Crowder going to college campuses and arguing with liberal college students was necessary to move the ball and the conversation forward. We needed that. We don't need it now.
Yes, that was nearly 10 years ago, by the way. It's like 2017, 2018. Right. So it's 2025. That's 7-8 years on. You know what I mean? 9 years since 2016, right?
Yeah.
Almost a decade. It's a long time.
It's a long time. Know what I mean? And things have changed.
We're not, those 20-year-olds are now like 28-year-olds. You know what I mean?
God, that's wild. You're right. Holy
They're not,
shit.
There's a whole new group of kids that are now those kids that they're not even that liberal. They're like, I don't know. Because, those weird woke people where they're like aunties and big brothers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not them anymore. That much time has passed on.
It's true.
So at a certain point, and somebody, I think it was F1000. That's what I'm calling you, brother or sister.
Yeah,
or they or them.
Pretty cool.
Even saying or they or them is not even a funny joke. It's like, everyone gets it.
No, it's not. It's like the Zer. You're like, that doesn't work anymore.
We get it.
Yeah.
But they said, I just wanted to play video games. And I kind of agree. Like,
I love
now you're
that.
at a point where...
That's a great meme.
Yeah.
Someone was saying that like on TikTok, my Instagram, like under that video. I heard that a bunch of times. And it's a great meme. I heard it before, but it's like, it's just very to the point.
Like, I don't care anymore. I just want to live my life. Just want to do what I want to do. Play video games, hang out with people.
It was like that thing Ryan Long's friend said. I got drafted into the culture war. Like I didn't want to do it, but now I'm in it. You made me in it. All right.
No, to me, we came home. D-Day's over, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Fuck.
We'll see how it goes with the culture. We'll see if the actual, media reflects the change. Oh,
you know, that's a good. If you're waiting on the actual,
I don't mean
formerly mainstream media to change. I mean, maybe they do. I don't want to say.
I don't mean the news. I mean like the media we consume, like video games, TV, movies, shit like that.
Oh yeah, honestly, I think because I'm starting to see a slowdown. Even when you see, I saw some trailer or something that looks kind of girl bossy, but it doesn't. They're not leaning into that. It's like they probably still have properties that are still coming down the pike because they already put the money and everything behind.
I was watching a drinker video about that, and it was, I guess they still have the Black Girl Iron Man movie that they have to do something with.
Oh shit!
Yeah. She's a teenager too. She's smarter than Tony Stark, teenager.
I'm not watching any. I'm done with Marvel. Just like I'm not watching this Captain America.
That Daredevil.
They're doing Daredevil?
Yeah, the trailer came out last week. It looks really good.
I didn't see it. I didn't even see it.
Universally well-received trailer.
We'll see.
By the people. Oy vey pronouns. That's fucking funny. Yeah. No, universally well received. It looked, when I saw it, I was like, it looks like the show that I remember.
Yeah.
It's amazing how good we had it, and we didn't realize. Like,
I was just about to say something about that.
You
like
know,
that whole
early
Netflix thing, they were
2010s.
outlaws. They didn't really have Disney's dick on their head when they did all that.
Nope. Like the content was so good. There was so many shows that it was like I couldn't keep up with them.
Right?
We were like a renaissance of television, and all genres, all types of stuff you wanted to see. Great comedy. You know, like there's a show I used to watch called You're the Worst on FX. Hilarious. You know, really raunchy and great. And like, you know, there was like all the comic book stuff was really good. We were in a golden age, and now it's like I struggle to find anything to watch.
I think slowly it's just going to take time because everything in Hollywood in general just takes so long. So it takes forever for something to come down the pipe.
Of course. Yeah.
And
but that's why I'm curious to see what happens with the landscape, if things actually will change, you know? Like I was watching, do you know Asmongold?
I've heard of him. I've seen him. I've seen those clips and stuff.
I want to start streaming what he does. I want to just play a 40-minute video and then just be like, yep, right. Yep, no, good point. And then get 500,000 views.
Jesus.
It's unreal.
It's not that easy for us for some reason.
He did a Trump inauguration video. I swear to God, he spoke like 15 times for this 35-minute video, and then it just ends. He doesn't even sum it up I'm just like, what the fuck was that content? You just reposted that, basically, with your little face in the corner, being like, no,
yes.
He's right. No, he's right. Yeah. No, I don't know about that. Fucking hell. I don't know. But I was watching a video of his. I don't know why. He always shows up in my algorithm, and I'm like,
he shows up in everyone's algorithm. That's just how it works.
It's like that topic is curious. I don't like you, but all right, fine. And he was talking about game developers, and he was reacting to another video of like Tim Kaine, who's the creator of the original Fallout game, talking about the distance between game developers and gamers, and like, you know, Tim Kaine was trying to advise, you know, well, you know, look, when you say you don't like this, we don't know what you do want, so please articulate your criticisms better. And I was like, that's fair, but but the game studios are like, we don't know what they want. Guess we'll give them more gay shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, we don't want the gay shit ever. We never want the gay shit. Keep the gay shit out. We're not into it. We'll never be into it. Start there.
Yeah.
You know,
I think some companies, I mean, you had that, even though that's not quite the direction I want to go. The Stellar Blade, the Jiggle Physics game by a Japanese studio.
Yeah.
That a lot of people like. Like I said, I'm not trying to fucking make it hentai either. You know what I mean? Shout out to you guys.
I don't have any interest in that. I mean,
yeah, it's not my
video
thing.
Games. I certainly don't have this moral crusade like some fucking Twitter users I could talk about. But
oh Jesus, no, not that either.
But I mean,
I don't want to digitally goon. That's just not my thing.
I don't want to do it, but I also don't think it's like this immoral sin.
Yeah,
it's just lame. I don't need it in my games.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I skip every single relationship side quest I've ever come across. I do not why I play video games.
Yeah, I mean, they had Lara Croft back in the day, but I mean, that was like Polygon, like, you know what I mean? The PS1. I mean, we weren't.
Baldur's Gate 3 like scolded me for not getting in a relationship. I was just like,
Jesus
I don't
Christ,
want to. It's just lame.
You my mom? Like, what the fuck?
Like sex scenes. There's like a protracted sex scenes. I'm like, this is a video game. These are pixels I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Why is this in here?
Stop my thing. Yeah, that's what always, like I said, it's not quite the direction. But I mean, my whole point of even bringing them up was just that one thing with games, there's so many fucking studios. There's so many things. I want to make a game this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
I have an idea for a game. I want to fucking do it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know how to program?
Yeah, I made a few years ago, I made like a shitty Android game. I say, oh wait, not a few years ago, damn near a decade ago, because it was like 2018. I made like a shitty Android game.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's cool, man. I'm very glad to hear that. That's
so
really
I want to make music. I got creative shit. That's kind of
yeah
through lines. Like I don't want to focus on this. Is fun. Like every now and again to talk about Roseanne and MacDonald or some of this goofy shit. But like,
wait, you mean Roseanne and Magalamore?
Magalamore, I love that. I never heard that before. Yes, Magalamore. You know, that's fun for every now and again. But it's like, man, I gotta put more focus into like creative stuff and making and getting stuff. Yeah, it's what the culture needs. It's just what people need, man. It's like you said, the culture war is over. We came home. You know what I mean? D-Day happened.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah,
there's no. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a little aftershocks. People are going to say things on both sides of Twitter, but like the now it's time to move on. It's time to get creative, make stuff, watch stuff. Like you said, you want to be more well read. That's what it's time for. It's time. We can't exist in that politics. My food is cold because of Kamala Harris. I can't live like that.
Mamala. I enjoy talking about certain topics. Like I'm not burnt out by it, but I pick and choose really. Like I don't feel like I have to weigh in on every single story. If it's something I want to talk about, I'll talk about it, but I don't feel any obligation to do it. I don't feel like I'm doing like a Crowder style show where it's like that's all we talk about for 4 hours or whatever, which I don't understand how that's even possible. But you know what I mean? So it's like, I'll still talk about what I want. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's interesting. And I'm not going to lie. I got a little fired up during Trump's speech. I was like, let's fucking go. Like, I was actually, like, excited. I didn't think I was, and I listened, and I am. So I was like, that's cool. But that's me. And that's
positive, though. Shit, anytime you can get some positive energy going, no matter where it comes from, that's a positive thing. So if you're optimistic about the country, most of us aren't. I'm be honest. So I'll take some caution. I'll be cautiously optimistic with you just for some more, positive energy. Some more.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to have cognitive dissonance if things don't go the way you want them to go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to lie to yourself. But I don't know. I think there's room to be optimistic here. Ascension Dildo said Severance season 2 started. Did Ep 1. We'll watch after this. Yeah, I was gonna watch it. And then I was like, there's someone put out a video, and it was like everything you need to remember to watch the new season. And I was like, okay, I would pop that on, get a little refresher. And I was like, whoa, wait, I forgot like half this shit. I think I have to go back and do a full rewatch. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a full rewatch with season 1 to get into season 2. And
how many episodes is it?
8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that many. They're hour long, but it's a great show. I love it. It's so well created and weird in a really compelling way. It's not for everybody. Like, I showed it to my buddy Mike and my ex-girlfriend, and neither one of them latched onto it. But I thought it's really compelling. It's such a interesting idea.
Yeah, I know the premise of they're one mind at work, and then they leave and forget everything outside, and then the same thing happens when they go into work or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it creates this kind of moral, existential kind of conundrum, or it's like an ethical issue, because it's sort of like, well, that's sort of a new person you just created.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have any memories outside of this place. So in effect, you're a slave.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can decide to leave. You can get unsevered if you want, but that part of you then dies.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's a really dark, it's Black Mirror-ish in a way. Mm-hmm. It's lighter than Black Mirror. It's not as like much of a hammer.
Jesus, that shit sometimes really fuck with you.
I know.
Really fuck with you.
I know.
And then now those glasses exist. Like, shit.
That's true.
It's fucking Ray-Bans and shit. Just like, now you can actually, that's gonna be a thing. Like, that episode was just a few years ahead of the fucking curve. Of people recording their whole fucking lives.
Ooh, that fucked me up.
Yes, that was the one that got me the most, is that one.
Yeah. It was like when they're having sex, and they're like, you see this like real passionate sex, that they're just in love with each other, and then they're just basically using each other's bodies to masturbate while watching an old video of them having sex together. I was like, that is so
crazy.
Dark. Yeah.
And that's now you can, and now for $2.99 you can do the same. Which I don't know if can you see things on those glasses, like different videos?
I have no idea what they are. We can look it up. I know they exist. It's Meta, right? Meta's glasses.
I think so. I think it's like a Meta Ray-Ban thing, or maybe it's something.
They're only
else.
$300.
See, I told you it wasn't that much.
How much are regular Ray-Bans? Aren't they like $300?
I think so. Like $200.
Well, we can now watch a video, and we'll just comment on it once in a while, and then we'll get 500,000 views.
There you go.
Content. I don't know. Let me see if I can find like a video about it, because I am kind of curious. I do want to know what their capability is. $300,
right?
I don't want to be the first wave with this tech. Someone figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. This guy's got an 11-minute video. Is it worth it? He's very tech-like. Is the vibe on this? Very non-offensive.
Bro, yeah, the tech guys are very almost like corporate gay.
Yeah.
I purchased a pair of the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses. I, like a lot of people looking at...
I did that.
Yeah, man.
I am white bread. I am vanilla ice cream.
Have you ever
Really
worked?
offensive to everybody.
Some corpos are like, this is a thing. This is a real thing. Like, you come across people that are really like this. It's just like, I don't offend any other human, and that's part of my personality, and I'm not a real human. I don't really laugh. I don't really have thoughts on anything, and it's weird, man. I've been in the room and it was like nice guys, but it was like, Jesus, this is real. Like,
okay, so I know I can't exist like that, but it doesn't look like there's like a HUD. What it looks like is it kind of essentially seems like it's just almost like a Bluetooth device with lots of extra features. So I guess you can record if you want. It's got speakers, but it's not like a HUD. It's not like, Cyberpunk, where you see a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? Like yet, sure, yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah.
But that's still the fact that we're not at least there, because that's what's really creepy when you're like see somebody's temperature or some shit like that, and start to see all this information on people. Like, imagine looking at people and seeing their Facebook profile and shit like that pop up.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably gonna be pretty soon. I've been using Grok a lot.
What's that?
That's the AI on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I've been using it a lot because it's kind of like I use it now sort of as a search engine, but it's more if I have questions. Like I saw this. I'll use an example. So I saw something on X, and they were talking about the COVID. They were talking about COVID, and they were talking about someone made a post, and he said in this planet, a grain of sand can get picked up from the Sahara Desert and land in Texas, and they think a mask is gonna have anything to do with like the transmission of a virus, and that someone's like, well, it's completely different things, and I was just like, yeah. Then I was like, does a virus have mass? Like, I wasn't actually sure if it did. I guess it has to. It's not energy, but I was just like,
you would think.
And it does. It has mass. It's not a lot. It's very insignificant. In fact, a grain of sand, I use Grok to crunch these numbers for me. A grain of sand is 2.65 trillion times as heavy as a single virus particle.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was able to get all that information out of Grok, and it was just like, instead of like several Google searches and cross-referencing, it's just kind of like streamlined the workload of getting to this fact. And I was like, this is useful.
Actually, yeah. So I haven't really played around with AI like that.
I haven't either. I never really know what to do. Like, my friend's like, oh, you can, tell it to tell you a story. And I was like, okay. And it did. And I was like, okay, now make a hero gay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, just fit, and then it just becomes like this toy that you put down. You don't know what to do with now. Mm-hmm. But I'm starting to figure it out as like actually a really helpful tool. You
learn more about the world around you.
Right? Like, you could be like, for that tax thing, you could go, okay, what countries in Europe, what countries in the world have the highest taxes?
Yeah.
Go, okay, what countries in Europe? What is the effective tax rate after? You know what I mean? And you could just start honing it down. And then you could also, and sometimes it gets a little wordy, so you can be like short answers only. And then it's like, then you just get the quick download bite of information that you need from the thing. And it's actually pretty useful. I've been starting to... Why is James Lindsay? Yes, why? Well, the only thing I can think of is that must be funded by AIPAC or something.
Because whatever happened with him? Did he go off the rails?
Lost his mind. Yes, he's on a crusade to stomp out the woke right, and the woke right are people on the right. It seems like aren't in love with Israel. That's all it takes to be woke now.
Oh man.
And he's really doing the woke playbook because he's kind of basically calling them all, anti-Semitic Nazis.
Well, Elon's out here, saluting them, so that's not.
I guess so.
Not helping things.
I guess so. But I'm just like, you can't have any criticisms. Like, I saw a video or a
allegedly no. Which we have no issues with Israel or any of these people and define people, and I have no problem with them ever.
I think it's complex. I definitely think it's complex, but I feel like they're taking it a little far. And I saw a video. Candace Owens posted something today, and it was like, "Yo, that city is flattened. Like, it was crazy. It was rubble everywhere." I was like,
"Oh man,
that's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah.
That's
I always hesitate to weigh in on that one because it's like I don't feel like I really know as much, but I do feel like from a human perspective, you kind of be like, this is a lot.
Yes. Yeah, I the exact same. I don't know as much as I probably should, but it is starting to look like, okay, wait a second. Like you said,
And you have to parse through so much propaganda from both sides to get any facts.
Yeah.
You really do.
Sorry.
Like, like my buddy was like, when it first started popping off, he's like, dude, Israel's killed like this many journalists. And I was like, holy shit, seriously, journalists? And you're like, yeah, there was like 5 of them were terrorists wearing journalists on their shirt, but they were terrorists. And you're like, well, that's not that's propaganda. Thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like, yeah. So it's just kind of like it's hard. But it's a really interesting issue because what it's done is it's broken the narrative, like the divide.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the first one that the libs, I'm like, I think they're right.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it sounds it's hard to be empathetic to this mass murder. It's hard to be on the side.
Yeah, exactly. I would agree with that. But like I said, I don't know. You know what else makes it so hard is, they're joking about it in the chat, but it's like they get so crazy when you ask basic questions about what's happening and what's going on.
Boy, oh boy.
And that's what makes it so like
poking the lion, man.
Yeah.
I know.
And it doesn't make you think that you're not onto something if that happens, right?
Right.
So,
I know.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk some football or you want to talk some Tom MacDonald?
It's up to you. I'm game either way.
Well, I mean, let's talk football because the reason, like one of the big reasons I wanted to have you on was I was hoping that the Lions would have taken care of business and they'd be on their way to the conference championship and we could, talk about that. But I can't really.
They're still the Detroit Lions. We may not have lost to the Washington Redskins, but we're still the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, but none of the good guys won.
Yeah, Kansas City's gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Kansas City, they won and moved on. Fail.
Yeah.
The Eagles won and moved on.
Yeah.
Fail. I guess the Bills, I'm kind of on the Bills side.
Yeah, Bills and Ravens, I think kind of both teams, even though whoever lost was going to get memed to death and whoever won was going to be like, you are the chosen one, please take out Kansas City. So
yeah, and exactly. Now I'm like, I'm probably going to be in a position where I have to root for the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you're talking about for the Super Bowl, yeah, because I think, unfortunately, I don't think the Bills are going to win. And
they're playing Kansas City? I don't think so. I mean, the league loves Kansas City so much.
And it's getting really obvious that the league loves them to the point where it's like, okay, if the refs are going – and the kicker missed some field goals in Houston. But, I mean, some of those calls were so fucking bad as far as for Patrick
and the Texans,
Mahomes.
right? I mean, I want to see these underdogs.
Yeah.
I was telling my buddy, he's a big Eagles fan. I went over to his house yesterday and watched the game. And, he's, happy that Detroit lost because then they don't have to go into Detroit to play the next game. Now Washington has to come to Philly. And I get that. But, dude, from just a fan of the game, man.
Right.
The Bills and the Lions, being competitive in this league and actually potentially being able to win, that's huge, dude. That's great. I think that's awesome for the league. I want the Browns there, too,
Exactly, man. I will say this. You could argue the Redskins are close. Now, I did see some people overshoot it. And
you could say that for sure. That's a good point.
Because the Redskins, now that the Redskins are in the championship, now the Cowboys are the last team that, they have the longest drought between championship or conference championship thing. But that meant the Redskins had the longest one before, not just now. So, they're a team that hasn't done as well, even though I tweet because I'm like, 18 months of the Lions being good have made everyone think we're like some powerhouse. It's like,
bro, it's amazing how that. I mean, my buddy Kevin, he's a dude who's fucking talking to. He's a big Eagles fan, and he's acting like they're a dynasty. I'm like, you won one Super Bowl 7 years ago. Relax.
Yes.
Yeah,
and we've never been to the Super Bowl.
No one remembers
ever.
who loses. No one cares.
No one cares. And so it's like I don't understand why everyone is. I get some of our fans got cocky. But it's like, man, this sucks. And I just made like a 40-minute video on whether or not the Lions are going to be good going forward, which is probably a stretch. But fucking Jared Goff, man, you can't turn the ball over 4 fucking times, man.
No,
you just can't.
You can't do that. You know, you just can't in the playoffs. No way. I mean, I was watching the Rams Eagles game, you know, and that was the thing. It was in the snow, but they gave 2 really costly turnovers, and it's just like, and they almost had a chance. I mean, what's his name? Stafford was running down there, man, and he almost got it in at the very last second for the win, and just threw a horrible pass. It was just like, what was that? It wasn't even close, dude. The guy had no chance at the ball. It was horrible. Yeah, I don't know if it was a broken route or something, but anyway, I mean, that's just in the postseason.
Yeah, turnovers is the biggest thing. I know that's the most cliche shit throughout all of fucking football history. I always say it, but it fucking is true. Like,
you can't do it.
You can't turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing.
You know, if you can get away with one, wow, miracle.
You can't do multiple.
But I just remember, oh my God, I remember all those years with the Patriots, man. If you one turnover, they would fucking stick it in and break it off, dude. They would capitalize on that, and you'd be reflecting on that one mistake for the whole game.
Yeah, a lot of season ending with like Ty Law catching a pick at the end of the game. It was just like, it was like a trope. And I brought this up, like, okay, you know, Peyton Manning had a lot of games where he would throw 2 or 3, a lot of them to the Patriots. These are the same games, but he would throw 2 or 3 picks and lose, but he eventually won the championship. So all is not lost just because we had this horrible exit. It's like, okay, we can come back next year.
But you had a great run. I mean, you had a great season.
Yeah, had a great season.
Tremendously different than it's been.
We're an actual competitive, real NFL franchise, and this is just the shit that comes with being a real franchise. Sometimes you get there and you fuck it up, and you got to come back next year and try to figure it out. So that's what I'm hoping we can do.
Big Ship saying, I think the Bills have the best shot at beating the Chiefs. I don't think the Eagles have a shot. I mean, look, they almost lost. The Eagles almost lost to the Rams. You know what I mean? Like yesterday, they almost lost that game. They did win it, but they almost lost. It was a tough game, though. It was in the snow. I mean, it was a rough game.
I'm not sold the Eagles are going to beat the
Skins.
Jesus Christ. The fucking Redskins, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Just say the Skins. I'm not.
I got to, because it's just so hard to go to Commanders football team.
It's
whatever.
Such a lame name, too, the Commanders. What's the other one? What's Cleveland now?
The Indians, the Guardians.
Guardian. Ugh.
Yeah.
Not cool.
It's just like, goodness, man. I'm sorry, bro. For like my entire life, they were the Redskins until like 2 minutes ago, man.
There's still the Skins in my head. I can't.
Yeah. I said that I made a video about the game and said Redskins 100 times and then credit myself to them. I'm like, I'm not about to change that.
Make the Commanders Redskins again.
Yeah. I heard they are going to do something with that. Like
I heard their merch. They're selling merch.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's what I know. I thought that too. I was like,
you just want the money. Just whatever.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
Point is, I think they can beat the Eagles. Jaden Daniels is a really good quarterback because he's like, not just can he throw, he can run, and he's not like, okay, granted, I feel like Lamar Jackson has finally kind of evolved to be a real passer, and same with Josh Allen, because he's kind of a mobile, almost fullback type running quarterback, and they both now are like full passers, but like Jaden Daniels is already like that, and he's like faster because he's younger. And he hasn't been in the league 8 years getting hit. And so I kind of think, they are bringing back Aunt Jemima. See, that's the thing.
Are they really?
Yes, I saw that.
Dude, I can't, all this winning. I can't help, just too much winning.
This is what I'm saying. The coaching war's over, man.
You're going to be tired of winning.
You need to just kiss a nurse in the middle of the fucking street. It's over, man. We won. We're back home. There's no more, you know what I mean?
So the Eagles, let's see, they lost to the Falcons. They lost to Tampa Bay. They beat Washington, and they lost to Washington.
They split.
So they split it.
So yeah.
So it's probably better for Washington that they split it, because typically you don't beat the same team 3 times in a year. That doesn't really happen. So, and that's just like a numerical thing. But that was their last loss, and that was Week 16. They probably didn't have as much to play for, though. You know, when you're in Week 16.
I don't think. I think they were kind of locked into the 2 seed, because the whole thing was about the Vikings and the Lions.
Yeah. They're 12-3 at that point, or they were 12-2 going into that game, which is like you guaranteed a playoff spot already.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But I mean, I'm sure they still play hard, because that's still like a rivalry.
But it's hard. Like you can't. you can't fake that. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
When, you know, like you can tell yourself we're gonna go out there and play as hard as you can, but it's a long season and that's a tough game, and you know that like okay, going down to seed, it's kind of a coin flip anyway. You know? But obviously you want home field advantage.
Fake news? No, I thought Aunt Jemima was
really?
all right. I saw that. I'm like, oh man, it's cool.
That's funny. The black.
I remember her family actually didn't want it to change.
Really?
Yeah, which is often the case for every single one of these like quote unquote offensive things. Like same with the Redskins, same with the Indians. And that's why the Braves
named
and
it
the
after a
Seminoles
guy. They were like, and it was like a real pride thing.
Yeah,
the guy. I think the guy even designed their logo. Like it was like there was all this really respectful history.
Yeah.
Okay. According to Google's AI, no, Aunt Jemima is not coming back. The owner of Aunt Jemima brand discontinued the name and Pearl Milling Company. I wonder how much of a hit they've took.
I had to because not only did you lose your brand that was known, it's like Pearl Milling Company. What the fuck is this?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like. I guess I not that Aunt Jemima sounds like syrup, but I can identify that as syrup.
Yeah. It's been syrup for like my entire life, so now it's not. So it's like, what the fuck?
And there was never any part of me was like, ooh, that's a little insensitive.
Yeah, it's just fucking like why can't black people sell anything? It's like, what the fuck?
What is that?
This is crazy. It's saying with Uncle Ben, like I remember, I think one of my early videos might have been on this shit where I talked about like I did research into all this because again, as this shit was happening, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like the Uncle Ben guy was like none of this shit had any racial slavery shit. They were just black people who cooked at one point, and it's like I think he was a chef. Seriously, like there was no crazy like they were slaves or they were servants. They were just these are humans that happen to cook and be black, and then put on a package of syrup or fucking rice. And now it's just like, well, because they're black, they shouldn't be here because of.
It's automatically racist if your black person's on your product. It's like
exactly. It's like what the fuck?
Why?
Like why?
Yeah. Same way with all of Snoop Dogg's endorsements of products. Are you like, is that racist then?
That's insane.
What?
That's like your black face with shopping. That's what it seems like. What the fuck?
But it's like it's not from those people. Like, wouldn't that be funny if that was a secret like white supremacy thing? And they're like, yeah. And we don't want the black lady on the syrup's racist too, you know?
Yeah, shit.
They just
there were points of that fucking woke thing that did seem like is this? What side are you on? Because you know, like reading and what was it? Getting up on time. It was like all these like damn near stereotypes are like, white privilege. Just like wait a second, what are you saying?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like. It's like and following the law is also racist. You're like, wait, what? Hold on.
Math is racist.
Yeah, math is racist. Yeah.
Like, what the
education's been racist for a long time.
Jeez.
Low spec, Jeff Pearson. Nancy Green, the first person to portray Aunt Jemima, appeared in the 1893 World Columbian Exposition in Chicago, and we were such biggest back then that she was loved.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with like some slave. She was just selling fucking syrup and pancakes. I guess black people can't cook anymore, man. It's racist.
It's a weird one. That's a weird one. Well, speaking of black people being replaced, we've got Tom MacDonald.
I don't think he's replacing anyone, but
well, you know, he's taking black culture and using it for profit.
Nah, he's not. He's. This is all him.
Oh, buddy, this is rough.
This is not black culture, man.
No, it's not. This I don't even.
There's none being taken, bro. Trust me. Too many black QBs.
There's too many black QBs right now. It feels rigged.
Nah, honestly, shit. A lot of QBs, black or white, are just bombing out. Fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can name like 15 over the past few years that all bombed out.
I don't know what the hell the Jets are gonna do. I'm not even thinking about it.
Oh, the Jets have had fucking Zach Wilson, and then the fucking non-perk.
Zach Wilson, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name yesterday. That's right.
Yeah, and then you got non-perk
Sam Darnold, who actually looks like a really good quarterback.
Yeah, you had Sam Darnold. You had Geno Smith a long time ago, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was nice. He left like correctly. Like he got into a fight with someone in the locker room.
That's right. Yeah.
He was being such a piece of shit. The guy broke his jaw.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that one. That was like before the season started. I was like, that's great. We are off to a terrific start. What a trash organization. My dad should have sat me down and been like, listen, you do not have to take the Giants, but do not take the Jets. This will be bad for your whole life.
That's crazy.
I probably wouldn't have listened, but
like in Detroit, you get one choice. New Yorkers get both, and you still pick the Jets. Like how?
I just never responded to the Giants. It never did anything for me. You know how it is? Like, you just don't feel a certain way about a team. And I just didn't feel that way about the Giants. I never liked their branding. I didn't like the red outline with the blue. I just never liked it. And I didn't really care all that much about football. And I just got real caught up in the 1998 AFC Championship game with Testaverde.
Oh, yeah?
I was excited. It was the first time I ever really feeling like I wanted a team to win. And so I just just picked the Jets. Like it picked me really, and then decided to torture me for the rest of my life.
Shout out to the Sanchez.
The Sanchez. I met him once.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Was he cool?
No.
Oh damn.
He just seemed like a real cocky athlete. It was like exactly what you'd expect. You know what I mean? You just thought you just saw he's so arrogant. You're just like, oh, this is why you lost.
Yeah, it's like, man, you know, the talent didn't necessarily match the attitude, my guy.
No, and I didn't even know what to say to him because I'm kind of like, because it was a party I was bartending. And Sanchez left the room, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty wild." I used to be, I was a pretty big Jets fan. It's wild to see Sanchez. And then I guess someone told him, and I was like, "Oh no, why did you?" I didn't say.
I didn't mean it like that.
And what are you supposed to say? You're a joke.
Yes, because it wasn't like
remember
positive.
The butt fumble, Sanchez. Remember,
Like I wouldn't want to meet Dan Orlovsky. I'm a Lions guy. He's now a commentator on ESPN, but he went out the back of the end zone for safety. Oh. I don't want to meet him. You know what I mean? Like, just because I'm a Lions fan, I don't want to say anything to him. I don't like the fact that he's a commentator is a joke. Like, you don't even know how to play football yourself, bro.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. It's I don't know. And it's just weird. It was awkward. I tried to be positive about like those two runs in the championship games, and it just he kind of like shut it down. I was like, this is so uncomfortable. I really didn't want to have this exchange at all.
Yeah, just anyway, like me and this.
Speaking of uncomfortable, so this came out like a few days ago. I have not been able to get through it.
Man. But we have to get through it.
I like watching the Cringe on stream more than I like in my personal life. So let's watch a little Cringe.
Oh, man. Well, first off, I do want to bring attention to listless. And it's crazy that this is a thing. Officially two genders. That had to happen because it wasn't official.
I don't know why. I don't know what that means. I guess that maybe means government forms aren't going to have an option.
Government forms. And then didn't they do something with the sports too? Like women's sports?
Yeah.
Like no more trans dudes?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was, I'm not entirely sure what it was. But no, didn't Biden enact that?
Did Biden do it? I didn't know who did it. Maybe he did.
I think Biden did. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I love Danny Polishuk's take on the whole thing. He's like, you're not going to make me care about women's sports. I don't care what the controversy is.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
That's so funny. I don't know. I mean, I think like you just stop with the communist fucking, gay communist factories that are colleges. And
right.
The problem kind of take care of itself. You don't really need to officially.
It would be nice if colleges actually taught people useful things that would actually going to benefit them.
Like marketable skills.
Yeah.
How to feel happy about your country.
Or just like skills, how to get a job that isn't a barista because you have a gender studies degree. Or not, even if it's not gender studies, just underwater basket weaving, just a degree in nothingness. You're like, how about we give out actual degrees and we not, that's another thing. Talk about taxes and shit. Can we not charge $1 trillion and put everyone in crippling debt just to get one of these fucking basket weaving?
Well, it's all the government funding. It just drives up the price. I mean, it's why when Kamala Harris was talking about we're going to give people $20,000 to start a house. It's like, okay, you just made every house $20,000 more.
Exactly. No, you probably made him like hundreds of thousands more because
Actually, that's true.
It ends up going down. You know what I mean?
Well, because it was like because then you wouldn't know who got the credit. So actually, it would kind of make just the whole housing market just get more and more expensive. It's like it's that whole Reagan thing. I'm here. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. It's like you always make it worse.
Every time. That's why I don't want the government to do anything ever.
Ever. Please stop. 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 The market will take care of it if you let it. Just please stop. Please clap. All right. Speaking of clapping for the...
Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
I need some whiskey, man.
We won. You mad. It's done.
Even just the fucking beginning, dude.
God. He's not good musically, man. It's ear great, man. He has no like sonic skill. Like that's the problem. Listen,
is Paolo still here? Is that dude that we were talking about? This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is what you need to avoid being.
I can't.
When we were talking about this, let's keep our
this music.
Don't be this guy. You know, this isn't cool. This is gay. This is really gay. Like, this is so lame.
It's not even, but you know what, though? Like, you were talking earlier about both Asmongold, who just watches something and just says, what up, every 5 seconds, or...
let's. I heard him say something the other day, and he goes like, no, that's not right. That's the wrong opinion. I'm like, it's an opinion. Opinions are subjective. It's not wrong. It's their opinion, idiot.
Or like, you know, there's TikTok farms, there's all sorts of shit. And then there's this, where you farm content. This is a content farming technique where you make something that the entire point is to get clicks. This is not an objective song. Like you're trying to make something that people like. You trying to get a bunch of people who agree with this to click on it. Or who disagree to click on it. And now you have a third thing because he can't actually make music, or who trash it because it's cringe to click on it.
Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah, I bet there's a significant portion of his traffic that is cringe clicks.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you look at there's those movies. I mean, there's like a whole like media genre of cringe, so bad it's good kind of thing. It's just, this is just such a lame sentiment. It's like, it's not cool, A. And B, it's just like, it seems petty and shitty. It's like, and graceless.
Bro, all I just want is you to just make better music, man. If it had a decent beat, decent hook, you could even use auto-tune, man.
Well, we've only played 6 seconds, so we don't know how good it's going to be.
The first few notes told me everything.
Let's find out. I don't know. I'm going to remain open-minded. You know what? Here's my optimism and my open-mindedness. I'm going to practice it right now.
All right, man.
So sad. We won. You mad. You cry. We laugh. We wave the flag.
Isn't it hard to get through? I muted myself.
Painful. It's physically painful. Oh, and it's called.
How much did this fucking video cost, by the way? This doesn't look
a lot.
Cheap. Could they have to at least rent this Lamborghini or whatever the fuck? Here's a Lamborghini. I can see the little logo.
Yeah, and there was a convoy of cars.
Yeah.
That wasn't like an organic convoy. That was something that they set up for this video.
Yeah, man.
And he looks like fucking Missy Elliott from the 90s.
Fuck. Like, no, he looks. Do you remember when they had, I think, Busta Rhymes and Mountain Dew commercials?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
And he keeps grabbing the cringiest conservative celebrity to guest in these videos and songs. Like, let me get Ben Shapiro and Roseanne Barr. Like, I'm almost so cringed out that I'm fascinated. Like, this guy is masterful. Or him and his team.
If he wasn't so cringe and lame, having Roseanne could be funny. You know what I mean? I think if you used her right, but this isn't. And this, like, it's I think it's funny to have her, like, you know, bad babied up. You know what I mean? I honestly think the optic, that's funny. But it's not, there's no humor in this at all. This is all just spiteful, we won, you fucking libtards, you know? Like,
yeah, and that's nothing. He's Canadian. That's the thing that makes us even crazier. Like, I guess he did win because Trudeau did finally step down. So there's that.
But, also, Tom, you probably want Trump to not get into office because for your business, because you're the anti-woke guy Well, if it's all just parades and victories, there's no reason for your, you know what I mean? There's no rebellious spirit. Now it's just, all right.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, hear that song? I don't care if you're offended. Like, ugh.
Nothing's more cringe than that phrase ever.
And it's
don't
just
care if I offend anyone, man.
So ham-fisted. Oh, I remember I stole a line from a real video that my buddy Jet sent me. It was a real video, and it was like a real Instagram reel or whatever. And the guy said this with like earnestness, and I put it into my rapper character. He said, you know, if I offended you, good, get better, so I don't have to come back here next year and do it again. I was like, ugh.
Ooh.
Who do you think you are, buddy? Like, it's just
that self-important. Like, I'm just so edgy, and if you're not, you know, if you're just too soft for how offensive and hardcore I am, man, you just don't understand. It's like, get out of here, brother.
So lame, man. And it's also like I heard that last year. Like, that's it's never cool to say that, but that's an aggressive take in the late, 2010s. That's when that's like, all right, that's baller, because he's gonna get, you know what I mean, like backlash on that.
Yeah, you could literally lose your platform, job, livelihood. There was some risk.
Now it's safe, so it's
there's
really
skin in the game. There's no real skin in the game anymore.
Yeah, it's like I've been seeing on my algo. I've been seeing a lot of like, oh, The Force Awakens was bad video. I'm like, where the fuck were you when that movie came out, dickhead? You know what I mean? You were probably one of the idiots who, it's so good. Like, you come to the party late and just act like you started it. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was, again, it's 10 years old. That's 10 years ago.
Yeah, like, annoyed me. I was just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. But it's like you don't even need to, like I said, there's no even purpose to be like, these movies are bad, because it's just like, all right, what do you want, a victory lap? Like, everyone knows.
Yeah. Sorry, I started to look at some of the background here. I see some tattoos here on the, my right.
The fella all the way to the right.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. And then, there's some orangeness right above him, like literally. She looks bright orange. Burnt orange.
She does. She do.
And then
bright orange.
The poor kid who's looking at something, who doesn't necessarily want to be here.
It's probably the director being like, really excited, guys. Yeah, good. Up with the energy. Ugh. All right.
Thank God that we're back. Couldn't take another 4 years. That's a wrap. I can take a bath in your tears. That's a fact.
I could take a bath in your tears. Like,
I'm not listening to the lyrics. I'm just zoning out and just tolerating as long as you'll go, man. Don't set this in so I can get back to the rest of my life.
It's just 4 years.
Knowing I would never be refunded the time
that
I sit and watch. What is he wearing, by the way?
He looks like an imbecile. That's a good use of that word, imbecile. He does.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad we hit both listeners at the same time. He does look like an imbecile.
He looks like an imbecile.
I've never seen that. That's why you said adopting black culture. I assure you, this is not my culture, man.
Black people.
I don't even think this is white culture.
Sometimes.
Where did that come from? They do that in Canada, listless. Is that jacket with the Kansas City-esque bleach pattern? I don't know what's going on.
His entire look is always really ridiculous and such a clash. It's such a visual clash. You're like,
It's almost like
that hair, his weird hairstyle, and then all the piercings and just covered in tats. It's just like it's like a visually offensive.
Okay, listen. Rap has turned out to be pretty gay. But this isn't rap. Bro, I would too. Honestly, and Tim Pool is trash, but at least Tim Pool is a basically coherent musician.
I guess, but he's so lame.
It's cringe and terrible too, but it's not as visually like all this color. Like, am I being brainwashed? What is happening here?
Send your dildo. We'll call this shit rap again.
Like, this isn't rap. You know this ain't rap.
Send your dildo's
That's like
mad.
calling
Send your dildo's straight mad right now. Like, remember when Norm MacDonald died and he goes, the wrong MacDonald died?
the wrong MacDonald.
So funny. It was totally like, no, like apropos of not, like there was no, we weren't even talking about Tom MacDonald, but we knew exactly what he meant.
Oh man, but like this is just such a like, what is this?
Yeah,
but again,
okay,
it's farm for
Noel.
clicks,
Yeah.
man. It'll get a lot of people who love it and happy will click. People who hate it, and now, like I said, he's got this because people do react to Tom MacDonald.
3.6 million views in.
What did
3
I
days.
tell you? Jesus, #1 trending for music probably is.
Wow. Oh.
But have you? Because you talk
Bro,
about Asmongold.
You're not helping us. Like, I feel like I know what it feels like now from the black perspective of like minstrel shows, and you know what I mean. Like, you're making us all look bad, bro.
He's a conservative minstrel show, is what you basically call him.
It is, dude. It's like you're not helping the cause, bro.
Oh fuck!
Oh god, Tom sucks. He sucks.
You got lipstick all on your beard. You're a man. That is cap. That is cap.
Oh, he's not even rapping. He's literally just talking. Right? These aren't even bars.
He doesn't make music. He makes these are curated posts that farm. These are curated posts that farm clicks. And
It's
that
literally
gain
like
money
it's
off of.
literally like a boomer dad's like Twitter put to music.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the point.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if you watch the reaction content creators. Like a lot of people react to him not for politics, for the cringe. He's feeding them too.
God.
They're not only is this video going to get at least 10 million, if not 20 million views, there are going to be multiple videos with 1 million views reacting to it. In
I'm
fact,
gonna probably clip this
yes.
tomorrow. Yeah.
clip this shit out
Yeah.
because it will probably get more content.
'Cause
That's what this is.
brutal.
And you know what? Honestly, I've come full circle. I'm fine with it. That's 2025. This is it. This is just what it is. Now, if you're talking about the cultural thing, yeah, you're losing the cringe war, man. You're just gonna have to eat the L. Just like
the cringe war. I
Jared
like-
Goff
this is-
just
you
threw
know
3
what?
picks.
I feel like we need to keep tabs on the cringe war. Who's losing and winning the cringe war? You're right. You're
Yeah.
right, because the left, they lost the cringe war pretty bad, right? There's a lot of bad, lame, just so corny.
And they still lose it. You still see the post of "I'm your teacher," and it's just like, "What is this?" And you'll still see them around, but
they're not gonna, but I just feel like it's all, we all kind of look past it now. I don't feel like people see it anymore. Like it used to.
That's a good way of putting it. You do look past it.
Yeah. You're just like, whatever. I don't know. Like it still sucks. There's no good content, but you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm not fired up, and I don't even feel like I know about it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And yo, Elagabulus, you're 100% right. This song would be better if he had just used AI and just done everything with AI. It would have been an objectively better
AI
song.
write his lyrics, it'd probably be better.
Yes, it would be objectively better in every way.
This is
He
so
should.
corny.
Some people are against AI in music. No, he should, because if he's going to keep doing these posts that are for cringe as much as they are for politics and getting clicks, and that's fine. It's a business. I'm pro business. But bro, you got to give us better music, because this is unwatchable. This is unobservable.
The fact that this isn't an SNL skit is insane.
Exactly. This is unobservably bad. That's all I ask. I'm
What the
not
fuck?
telling
I
you.
just watch. I can't stop laughing.
This is insane.
So a lot of it is kind of supportive, though. Does she rap in it? I never got far enough to know if she actually raps.
Oh god,
I can't watch it. Like it's physically painful.
Man, I wish this wasn't a thing. I don't know how we're going to get to the next. Was it? Is it only 2 minutes?
Yeah, we're only 26 seconds into this fucking thing.
God damn it,
Like
bro.
I remember I couldn't watch the Ben Shapiro. I could
neither.
not finish it. It's a music video, and I couldn't finish it. And the only way I was able to was Jordan Peterson put out a video talking about it. And he actually, I liked his video. I liked his take. I like the way he talked about it. It was very like objective and intellectual. So I was able to get through it. But oh god,
we only have a minute and a half more. Listen,
I don't know that I
what
can do
you
the whole
what
thing,
you
man.
do. Listen, chat. I know you want our piece, but we're not going to say nothing new by each part. It is what it is. So you just mute. We sit this. We take this minute and a half like men, and we just go through it.
I can't do it. I can't. There's no way I can't do it, dude.
It's
No.
like I said, Tom. This shit is unobservable, man. I get what you're doing.
Dude, what do you
I
need
get what you're doing. I'm not appealing to you from political standpoint. I'm appealing to you as a human being. I get that you want to make money off clicks. Bro, use AI. Use anything.
I don't think
you got to do better than this.
3.5 million views. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I know he knows what he's doing. He understands the algorithm. And God bless you. God bless America. I'm glad you can make money. Yeah. But for the rest of us, please just use AI cheat.
Do people unironically listen to this? Are people like, yeah? Like, are there fans of this?
No one will listen to this in 5 months, but it will make enough money to pay back whatever they paid to rent. They'll probably make like hundreds of thousands of dollars off of this, if not more than that.
Oh, I'm sure he's making a lot.
Probably millions.
Probably.
Off of this post. That's what makes the budget worth it. And that's how it all works.
We're talking
and then
about
he can do a little tour and charge them whatever, and they'll go. And I get it. I'm pro capitalism, buddy, but you can't do this. This is unobservable garbage. This is horrible.
We're gonna observe.
No one should watch this ever. No one should. Luckily, 5 months from now, we'll all forget this happened. But for now, we just gotta thug this out.
Let's do it.
Cap. You pretending you're accepting, that's an act. You hear pat. If you want our freedom, come and take it back. Bet you.
Man, I'm getting.
God, that was 11 seconds, and I'm
you
like,
want our freedom? Come and take it back.
Back. Shut up. Shut up.
Is that what y'all think rap? Is this what y'all think rap is? Is this what y'all think we do?
I don't think anyone. I don't think my dad thinks this is what rap is.
Oh, this is a classic SNL skit. When you watch from this perspective, it's the most hilarious.
I could never actually when I made my woke rap or anti-woke rapper guy, I could never match this level of cringe.
No one could.
Yeah.
No skit could ever get as close to this.
No, I should.
This is milking the cow. This is pure L. He's a low. I know he's a low cow, but you got to give us better visuals and music because this is just making my ears, eyes. It is so offensive. Like I said, unobservable. That's the phrase I would use. It's hard to take in this without feeling pain.
It is. It's really physically painful. Like.
That's
not what your art
worst thing humanity has ever produced.
Yeah, remember who was it? Remember we were doing a cocktail lounge one night, and was it a Lagabulus? No, it was John Wayne.
Yeah,
he trolled us into watching the new Tom MacDonald. He's like, no, it's actually really good. And I was like, really? All right, we'll watch it. And it was like horrible. He's like, gotcha. I was like, you son of a bitch. Remember, it was like, like the most dated takes. Everything, you're just like...
Yes. That's another thing. He's not, like, even current.
No.
It's always like, welcome to 2018. Like, get out of here, man.
I just remember a few years ago, someone unironically told me that in Lord of the Rings, what's that guy's name? The Aragorn, whatever, the actor, I can't think of his name right now. Broke his toe in that scene when he kicked the helmet, and I'm like, yeah, it's a meme, dude. Like, I know everyone knows. You know, it wasn't a fun fact that you just
Viggo. I thought it was Viggo Mortensen, but I didn't want to.
That's it, Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, he's like, he actually broke his toe in that scene. I'm like, everyone knows that.
Yeah,
everyone knows that fact, dude.
Oh
my God, that's it. We're already at the fucking hook again.
Yeah, I guess
that was this verse. Clap, clap. What the hell was that?
Clap. If you want the freedom, take it back.
Ugh.
Too bad. Ooh, so sad.
I want Kamal to win now.
Right?
You know?
Yo, I will say this. As somebody who's nervous about making music videos, I know confidently there's nothing I could ever do to make something worse than this.
If you tried. I tried, and I could never get this level of cringe.
Never.
I literally made a anti-woke rapper character, and I didn't even get close.
No, you were nowhere close, because this is like...
sincere.
Yes, it's very sincere.
Yeah.
That's the one thing it is. Oh, man.
This is like taking away from Trump's victory. Like, I feel
This
less
is what we voted for.
enthusiastic now. Yeah,
You know what?
You know what? I'm cynical now.
Exactly. This is what you voted for.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't feel so good now, does it?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, all right. We got to at least get to Roseanne's verse. I thought this would be funnier. It just sucks.
Roseanne's part's probably better. I mean, it has to be, right?
One of my favorite lines from the Ben Shapiro one was like, Ben Shapiro's the only person who talks slower or talks faster than he raps. I was like,
that's crazy.
Funny.
Yeah. And nationalistic, he's not from this nation. That's the thing that's confusing. He's from your nation, listless.
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
I didn't know that.
No, not Tom MacDonald. Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
Dragging this video out against the Geneva Convention, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a good line. Is he? Yeah, Canadian rapper and singer. You're not even American.
He's
Shut
not
up.
American, so it's not nationalism. It's not nationalism.
It's like, ugh. It's like, ugh. I can't. Ugh. God, they're making me fucking woke. I'm getting gayer by the second watching this.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
Yo, Crackboy Mental is better than him.
Yo, Crackboy Mental actually might be a fucking 4D chess master troll.
Trans people are friends.
Buddy, I follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Everything he puts out is ironic.
Oh, that makes him even... Well,
like
he's a genius.
Like, yo, I was I'm not bragging. I'm not saying, but I was the first person in my neighborhood to put the black square in my Instagram profile. I was like,
oh, man.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Bro, he's a genius. You know what else he is?
He might be
at making music. Because...
I don't know. Have you seen the Irish two-pack video?
No, I did not. I'm just talking about trans... Oh, Jesus, no.
Yeah. And the Irish two-pack.
That's awful.
But then I'm like, I think he's trolling. I think this is all a joke.
You know, there is, in all this talking, there's like a rapper called Miles, and there is this like joke rap thing that's meme rap where you're in like this guy is like who's intentionally bad and offbeat and just saying bullshit and like it's a joke and that's the point. Like that's a thing now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, an art form like rap has been around. What, like we're talking 40 years now? As
50 years, right? Didn't they just do the 50-year anniversary?
What are they saying was the start? Like Grandmaster Flash or something?
Yeah, like. So, but I mean, as far as commercially, you would probably say 40.
Yeah,
right?
You'd say like Run DMC was kind of the first time it was ever mainstream.
Yeah,
and then it took some time off, and then out of the mainstream, and then you had like Biggie and Pac, and then it became mainstream culture and hasn't really stopped. But so it's been around for that long. You know. If you're an artist, you're going to get creative with it and take it in new directions. I mean, there was I used to listen to a lot of nerd rap.
Remember Nerdcore? Yeah.
It was great. Some of it's really good. Like MC Chris is a really good lyricist.
Yeah, MC Chris.
He packs his songs full of lyrics, and they're funny and clever and well-written. Like, it's nerdy shit, but I don't know. It's very cool, and it's just, like there's just so much room.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately not always the narrative. It was like there's a lot of different subgenres of rap.
Yeah,
like infinite subgenres of rap.
The mainstream of rap, I mean, it's like the sludge.
It's gotten really limited. But somehow Tom MacDonald made something worse than every rapper combined. And that's actually hard. Honestly, I felt like, was I crazy or was one of these songs listenable? Like, did he try to make music at first and then say, you know what? If
I think so. Like the first song, I just remember him just kind of like he was just like kind of just airing typical grievances. Like he's like, you give me all the shit for being white and stuff like that. Like I don't. You know what I mean?
There is a decent Tom MacDonald song that did exist, but like we're long gone from that. Attempt.
I mean, I never liked it, but the takes are fine. Like it wasn't this. It wasn't like this a horrible offense against nature.
This is literal torturous.
Yeah.
Well, we can't even. Like I said,
we got to get to the Roseanne part, then we can stop. But I got to get to the Roseanne part. I just have to see it.
Anti-humor has been around.
What's that?
F1000 said anti-humor has been around since before Norm MacDonald.
Yeah, there's always nothing new under the sun.
We wave the flag. They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist.
Oh,
come on.
She has a very cringe voice.
Not even that, just that they tried to cancel me, and it's like, what year is it? Like, no one gets canceled anymore.
Like, isn't she still like a millionaire?
Yeah, I mean, look, they did take her show away for a
That's
stupid
true.
tweet,
That's true. They did take the second version of it down.
10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was a long time ago. And, so it's just like, and look, but it's just, you're still out here anti-cancel culture.
Like, it doesn't really even
This is your victory lap, right? Why are you bringing that up? Ugh.
Why is this even happening?
2016. Thank you, Big Ship.
2016. Jesus. Yeah, that is literally 10 years ago.
All right, let's muscle through this. Now I
You just got to hit mute and just... Yeah. I'm not encouraging you to drink, but I mean, I really... It's taking all I can out to finish off the little bit of whiskey that's in this house right now.
It's harsh. This is harsh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I see why I used to have to drink so much to get through some of this stuff. It's like, this is a bit much, man.
Yep. All right, let's go.
I mean, they can't get me with that jam. Trying to take away my right to go and...
Oh, come on, man.
Hairstyles ace written.
Anti-jab? No one's getting the COVID vax. No one. It's over.
Yo.
It's so over.
This is horrifying. No, you said, Lisa says grandma rap. Shout out to, what are those two British dudes? These two old British dudes that can rap. So we're not going to, just because you're old and white, no, that's not an excuse. You can do better than this. Everyone can. Everyone who tried.
Did you ever see those kids who would go to the hood and would like freestyle, but they were dressed like real nerdy, but they actually could really spit?
No, I never saw that.
It was a pretty funny video, and everyone was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, you're like actually really good. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Pete and Boss. Those are the British dudes I'm talking about.
Okay.
Shout out to Snitch and Dildo on Big Ship.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Oh, man, they're pretty good.
Oh, all right. Well, anything would be
They're
better than
way
this.
better than this.
Anything. Nails on a chalkboard.
Let's Go Brandon. Is that still a thing?
Oh, God.
Let's Go Brandon shirt.
Come on.
It was a 47 jersey.
This isn't fair. This is the equivalent of buffoonery for white people. You make us look terrible. You're setting my people back.
Oh shit.
Oh,
This kind of is. Yeah, it is tucked in. He gotta be trolling.
Oh,
shit. He kind of looks like RFK. Like he could be.
Kind of.
Just enough of you don't know. I love the
jab. The jab, she says.
47 jersey.
What year is it? What year is it? Ugh.
Say this, well listen up, cause this run is going bad. With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dan? You get screw Eminem, I'm Roseanne. We won.
Okay, man, we get it then. We're done, right?
We're done.
We ain't gotta go through the hook again.
I can't go. I'm done. I can't.
Fuck me, gosh. Woo. Oh, you got a Trump thing on the thing now.
Trump thing on the
it
thing.
Says
I got yeah.
The 2024 election
yeah.
thing, yeah.
It's every video.
Oh man.
We know.
That was so weird when
Who
they
was
started
contesting
doing
it.
it.
The libs weren't even contesting it. Why is that necessary to put there?
That was the first tip that the culture war was over. That they were starting. Okay, well now we have to talk this knee jerk reaction to kowtow to the right now, which is also kind of what I saw with Zuckerberg. It's like, oh, now you're the guys we have to basically kowtow to.
Right.
Like we still have the same mentality, but we're just going to whatever you guys want.
Yeah. It's I like I said, man, like early on, it's like we anyone who's a creator or just you as a person walking around, just keep your eyes open. You know what I mean? Like don't act like these assholes.
Man,
this is real bad look.
You gave him some miles. Yeah, he's a joke rapper. It's not
good.
Oh,
that's what he put in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, we can wrap up with that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna get crushed with my fucking with the content, you know.
Oh yeah, for playing that fucking
And
thing.
this
Yeah.
one.
It's
funny. It's
n-
a good
it's-
name, Miles. It sounds like a real. It sounds like a real rapper.
Yeah, but he's
Better than
beautiful.
NBA Youngboy. Boy, do I not like that name.
He'll never be broke again.
Who?
That's what NBA stands for, not just like the NBA.
Oh.
Never broke again.
That's not
But
as
it-
bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I still don't like it, but that's not as bad. I was just like, so you're a fan of basketball? That's in your name? God.
Yeah, that's like the gimmick. Or that's part of it. One of the real gimmick is that he's like 22 and is like a complete. Well, even though he's trying to get himself together, but
I don't know.
Crash.
I mean, I just, I can't with the new rap. I'm an old
yeah,
man.
some of it's okay, some of it.
No, I'm sure some of it's good. Look, I found that kid Connor Price. I really like him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a white kid from Canada, I think. He's actually pretty good. I like his
I
rap.
never even heard of Connor Price.
He's good. I found him like on like a reel, like TikTok or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he's got a clever little gimmick where he would, basically he would like spin a globe, point to a country, find out who the biggest rapper in that country is, and then just do a collab with them.
Oh wow.
And it's a good gimmick, and I thought that was really good. I still like Connor Price. I still unironically listen to him. He's got a song called Violet, which I think is really cool.
Okay, cool.
But
cool.
yeah, I kind of just wait for new music to find me. I don't seek it out.
Hmm.
All right, let's see this. Miles.
Yeah.
I mean, look, like I was saying, does Asmongold just all day just fight copyright claims?
He must. I don't know how that works.
Does he have like a legal? He must have a team dedicated to that.
I have no idea because, like, yeah, I deal with a lot of copyright stuff. Like, I've been doing the football stuff, and I get copyright stuff all the time. Even when I only take one clip, because they will reuse the clip in a bunch of videos. It's like 100 different copyright strikes. I just deal
ended
with
up
it.
like editing it out, but I would edit it out from the cocktail lounge because it wasn't worth it. Like I'm not bothering with like the writing my defense. I'm transforming the content, whatever.
I keep getting the copyright, but it affects nothing. If it affects nothing, I just keep it in.
Yeah, if it affects nothing, I don't care. But the member stream got completely demonetized because we played like Patrice O'Neal clips.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Whatever. Once again, Thursday, member stream. Be there.
I don't think he's got that much money in his hand.
Shout out, Mark.
What's that?
Listener says it's not smart to flash money, but if you look, I think the whole joke, he's got like $50 in his hand. Like
It's like that meme. $7. Now that's gangster.
yeah, he doesn't have that much. He'll be fine.
I mean, he's obviously not flexing money. He's in some fucking ghetto liquor store.
Yeah, that's the
Popeye's
joke.
shirt.
He has a
Yeah.
that's yeah.
It's like what was that? Save That Money by Lil Dicky.
Oh fuck, I didn't like Lil Dicky, but
You didn't? I like Lil Dicky.
technically, yeah, huh? Some of it was okay, but some of it was just.
He's got a song called Brain, I think, or something like that. No, Pillow Talking, featuring Brain. And it's just a 10-minute conversation about this, like, just having sex with this girl and then how uncomfortable it gets once they get to know each other and all these weird disagreements that they end up having. And this kind of turns into, like, a fight. It's really good. It's like 10 minutes. It doesn't ever feel like 10 minutes. It's so engaging. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Sensitive Dildo. I don't need to defend myself to you. I have excellent taste in rap. I don't care. I'm just open. I know what lyrical quality is. I'm open minded to wherever it shows up.
I looked at
Hey, I really like Gangstar, right? Is that cool enough?
Shut up.
King. That nigga had a. What's happening?
Is he just mocking the laziness of modern rap?
I guess, or is that I don't. The point is that it's so bad that it's just horrible.
I don't get. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to keep watching. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, this is bad. You're right,
I don't
that's really-
know what the honestly.
really
I'm
bad.
not. I don't know what the point is.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for the punchline to drop, and he's
But the point is that he sucks. That is, I'll tell you. The point is that he sucks enough that you'll click.
Right,
you'll show this to your friend.
And he's fucking around. He's just being like, he's just playing the character of a terrible rapper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
I'm
almost
good.
like Eric Andre, Tim and Eric type stuff.
Yeah, I don't get that shit. I never got that shit.
Some
I
of
never
it's
got
funny.
that anti-comedy stuff.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. But rap.
Like, yeah, like, because I remember I went to one day, a buddy of mine back in LA. He's like, "Hey man, I got tickets to a live Tim and Eric. You want to go?" I was like, "Not really, but okay." It was free. It's like fine. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like I didn't get it, and it was odd. It was like kind of endearingly odd. But then, like, I'm like sitting there not getting it, and everyone in the audience is laughing at the same time. Like a punchline was just said, and I have no idea what the hell they're laughing at all. I was what? Like I'm just and then I start laughing at the fact that I'm not laughing, and everyone in the audience at the same time. These weren't ironic laughs; they were real, genuine laughs when they were supposed to happen. And I'm like, what was the joke?
It's like you
don't get it.
Like I like what's his name character on that show?
Dr. Steve Brule.
Yeah, Steve Brule. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Brule was great. He's great. That's some hot guacamole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Brule. Yeah. That was just funny just to see John C. Reilly doing that at all.
Yeah.
It's just funny. He just showed up there when he was having like a real good career. I loved those guys. Thought that they were great. I was like, that's cool. I respect that.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but it's just like Eric Andre. But then there's some Eric Andre that I watch that's like objectively funny, and then some of it is like, okay, just weird. You're just doing random things to random people who happen to be famous. This isn't really much as it have. But I guess that's what it is. You just do that in a few good clips, and then all of a sudden people think of you because they only know you from the clips that they get memed.
Yeah, but that was kind of pre-clip era.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. But it's kind of early clip era. Like you remember the Vines were a thing, and then you know what I mean. Yeah,
but Vines weren't content that other people made. Vines were shit that you made.
That's true, but I mean, there were still viral Vines. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
but you're right.
But they were their own.
People
content.
didn't use. Yeah, it was like some kid falling down.
The height of Vine was great. Those are so. You can watch those now. They're still funny.
Yeah,
they're so weird and different. They're like almost avant-garde.
Yeah, it is weird how different Vine is from like other things that are pretty much the same but not quite the same.
Yeah, it's just a time. It's like memes. It's like in the aughties and the 2010s, memes were fucking perfect. Such a good thing. I don't even think memes exist anymore.
There's just things that you just see a bunch.
Yeah, but they don't have the same. It's not the same thing anymore.
Not the same as like Scumbag Steve.
Yeah, that's all gone. It's like punk rock. Like it had its time and it's over.
Yeah, it is over.
Yeah, I don't find myself like on 9gag much at all anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to. I still check it out, but it's just not the same. It used to just be gold. Everything that was on there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We are entering the like everything's been said sort of thing too. Like
it's true.
It's not. That's never actually true, right? When somebody says that,
feels that way.
Yeah, you do get we almost need to recharge.
Yeah, that's what it is. Things go through phases. It's not a big deal. We'll be okay as a culture without memes. All right. Well, I think we wrap up there, man. We did 2 hours plus.
Yeah.
It's a solid show. Thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I need to check to see if Houston is still running. Apparently, it's supposed to be snow. I don't know when it starts. It may have already started.
I don't know. Right now, I'm looking at my weather. It says it's 31, mostly cloudy. No snow yet, but could be happening. Texas getting snow.
Yeah.
Wild.
That's
when Texas freezes over.
Yeah.
But Vidge. Obviously, if you're not subscribed to Vidge, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go subscribe to Vigilante Williamson.
Yes,
are you gonna have any member streams or anything now that you got memberships?
I should do a member stream. You know what? I said I would do. Like I've been like releasing videos early, but obviously not everyone cares about sports or whatever the fuck I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to do a member stream. I haven't decided when.
I mean, I've been trying to come up with member content, so I'm doing the member streams now every week, and last week's was really fun. I'm also like the book thing I'm going to do with Michael, like our little book review or whatever. Like I said, that'll be live, and then after this live stream's over, it'll be members only.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something that would, because I feel like I could make like another just solo podcast, but I feel like it wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if that's what everyone wants. So
yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. I don't really know what people want for members content either. Maybe like, yeah, you did a book thing. Maybe I can react to certain things. I don't know. I have no idea what to do with members content.
It's almost like, yeah, you almost have the risk, like the opportunity to make something a lot different because it's like, well, they obviously just like you so much, so you have an opportunity to do something like the book stream. I think is a different.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, who's the Velociraptor?
Oh, that was a meme.
Oh, is it like the dinosaur meme?
Yeah, with like the claw being like,
Oh yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah, the Velociraptor. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know.
That's like
blast from the past.
Yeah, Jesus, those were the days. What the fuck?
Oh
yeah.
The Gooseberms girl was probably my favorite ever. Oh my Gooseberms.
Oh man.
I love that one.
This was a whole man.
Yeah. That was a whole time, man. That was like a
15 years ago, man.
I know.
Fuck.
Fucking A, dude. I moved to LA 18 years ago.
Oh man.
No, that can't be right. That can't be right. No, that's wrong. Is it? No, 14 years ago. Sorry.
Still, it's a long time.
Wow, I know.
It's yeah.
Or 13. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's going to do it for this episode of the MFer Podcast. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget, this is also streaming on Rumble. If this is too lib for you, go watch it on Rumble. And based ass X.
Might not be well received. We're disrespectful to Tom MacDonald, so.
I know. I can't imagine we have any. I don't care. If that's your opinion, fuck you. And also everywhere you get podcasts. So please check that out. I will be doing my members stream this Thursday, 8 o'clock again. I will put that link in the members as a members post. Anyone who wants to join, you can join. We will not be going for 7 hours this time, but we will hang and it will be a good time. And then, like I said, me and Michael are going to be doing the book stream. The first book we're going to talk about is Meditations. So if you guys are interested in a little bit more intellectual content, because I'm just trying to read again. So that's going to be what we're up to. So thank you very much for watching. Vigilante Williamson, thank you very much for being here.
All right.
And go subscribe to Vig if you have not.
Yes, please sub to me. I don't see just look up Vigilante Williamson.
I remember one time I was on a stream and I Dildo was there and he said subscribe to Matt and it was your channel.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!